guide to the federal funds rate.
Your credit card rate probably won't go down either, at least for now. The good news is that the Fed does plan further rate cuts over time. Mortgages and credit cards may be affected by that because those are the longer-term interest rates that are applied there. Reporting live, Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
All right, thank you, Steve. And I've talked to WSB consumer advocate Clark Howard after the Federal Reserve cut the rate today. He says there's something you need to do, and you need to do it now.
If you have money you can tie up longer, you want to tie it up in CDs before banks and credit unions over the next day or two or three cut the rates they offer to savers.
He says you want to lock in a CD rate now and shop around, shop the market for the best rates. Your weather this afternoon, decreasing clouds with a high of 85. Then it's going to warm up quite a bit for the weekend. We'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast with WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards coming up in just over 2 minutes. Well, Sean Diddy Combs locked up in Brooklyn before his hearing later this hour. The 54-year-old hip-hop artist pleading not guilty to sex trafficking and racketeering charges. His attorneys say he shouldn't be denied bail because he's not a flight risk. Jerika Duncan looks ahead at what we can expect this afternoon.
We should expect to hear more details based on this motion that we were able to get our hands on this morning about why Combs' attorney believes he should be at home as opposed to be in jail until his trial starts.
And again, that hearing is set for 3:30 this afternoon, so in about 30 minutes from now, we'll be watching. Check back for updates on that. Now to Lebanon. More than a dozen people dead, hundreds injured after walkie-talkies exploded in Lebanon today. This just a day after pagers belonging to Hezbollah members exploded and killed at least a dozen people. U.S. officials saying Israel was responsible for Tuesday's attack, but they have not yet claimed responsibility. The Lebanese militant group has threatened Israel would receive just punishment for what it called this sinful aggression. And this is new this afternoon. Supporters of a major transit overhaul in Cobb County kick off their campaign today.
Voters will decide in November whether to approve a 30-year 1-cent sales tax to fund the transportation projects. Cobb Business Alliance Chairman Greg Teague says they are leading the effort for the M-SPLOST.
We see this as that next step to be able to have that connection between our business community, our workers, so that we can continue to attract those high-quality jobs.
He says the plan offers new options for the growing county, but opponents say it's too expensive and it won't provide those options to everyone. In Cobb County, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
It is 3:03, the Von Hessler Doctrine, beginning in less than 2 minutes, so don't go anywhere. But right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather. Veronica Harrell's in the WSB 24-hour traffic center with a look at the roads.
And right now, Sabrina, talking about delays for folks out by the airport. Got a stalled motorist. It's on 285 eastbound, that outer loop at I-85. It is off to the left, but sometimes it's in the left lane, causing brake lights as you make your way through the area. Elsewhere, dealing with brake lights downtown ride 75, 85 north and south between University in the Midtown area, so around 10th Street, 17th Street. Also watching delays through Spaghetti Junction, 285 eastbound as you leave Doraville, and that construction is gone. 85 northbound at 985. Still, it's a slow ride through Suwanee. I'm Veronica Harrell, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Becoming partly cloudy this evening, overnight lows in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 88. Friday, sunshine, morning low 66, afternoon high 87.
As we take a look at WSB Storm Tracker radar, we see some light rain showers up above Gainesville right now. In Kennesaw, 78 degrees under cloudy skies. Brookhaven, you're at 80 degrees. And in Winder, cloudy skies and 76 right now. We'll have more news at 3:30, breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, and beyond, Hour 1 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. I am your lovable, huggable radio chat host, Eric Von Hessler. The other voices you hear are the Doctrinaires. Man of 1,000 voices, Tim Andrews. Lady of 184.7 characters, Autumn Fisher. The man behind the glass, George Clark. And the handsomest producer in all of producery, Jared Yamamoto.
Today's news cycle buzzword is slash. Slash.
Slash?
Yeah, because the Fed
Are Guns N' Roses? Oh, Guns N' Roses aren't back in the news.
Is that old quarterback for the Steelers?
Yeah, Slash.
Slash.
Yeah, I believe he lives in the area. shouting you out, Slash.
Yeah.
Why am I forgetting his real name?
I can't remember it either.
He was on a competing radio station for a while.
Oh, he did a radio show, huh?
Yeah. It was on the one of these sports outlets.
Cordell Stewart.
There you go. That's when you say Slash, I'm thinking lead guitarist or Cordell Stewart. I come from a different time. You're saying that they went for the big half a point cut on the interest rates.
That's right. They got slashed.
I guess Jerome Powell, boy, he probably walked in. He's
Pulled out the old machete.
He's like, honey, Daddy's going to work today. Got a little bit of power, a little bit of leverage. I'm going to do something today, and the entire world is going to respond, huh? Now go back to your mother and talk to her about how she wanted you to marry the other guy, okay? Because I'm about to do something the whole damn world.
The other guy was Jeff Bezos.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but you didn't do too poorly. Who cares about that guy? So
he comes in there with his big razor, getting ready to slash. Are we supposed to like it or hate it? I don't know.
Well, I think that most, no, everybody, believe me, this is, you could have people that are like, I think this is the worst thing possible because it's going to signify to the rest of the market that they're seeing stuff that we're not seeing, and they know that things are really, really, so we're actually going to respond to this ostensibly good news by pulling back because I'm wondering what their motivation is. And then the other side, I'm really happy because I actually think it's still too small, and we're chasing, actually. The economy's better than the Fed is actually giving it credit for. And on all sides, every single voice, every single opinion, none of them has any idea whether they're right or wrong. Because no one can predict the future, especially the economy, because the economy is ultimately the end result of what 330 million people do. And no one can predict what 330 million people are going to do. You can just look at the trends and this and that and say, well, given this and that and the other thing. But nobody ever said, remember back in, when was the crash, 2008?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't hear a bunch of people going, we're going to have a huge crash. And so we need to start doing something about that. So these economists who are, so now there's always somebody who predicted the crash because that's a good game to get into as well. If you're an advisor, always predict a crash because eventually it's going to happen and you're going to look like a genius.
And if you get it right, you can make book or you can write books.
No, it's better than that. You can be wrong for 5 years and then on the 6th year it crashes and you go, see, I told you.
I knew it was coming.
So that's what people need to understand about the economy is that nobody ever truly understands the economy. These are all guesses, and you hope that the smartest people that have the most experience are calling the shots, but they're still experienced, smart people guessing because no one can know exactly whether in the next 3 weeks people are going to spend more out-of-pocket money for luxury items or less, or go see more movies or less. It's just, we have these metric points that tell us blah, 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 and so we think. And on top of it, none of it is real. Because there's no such thing as a free market anymore. There's so much subsidies. There are so many incentives, disincentives. Does anybody really want an electric vehicle that didn't buy a Tesla, or did they all just do it out of either idealism or they were incentivized by their tax returns to go buy a product? So we don't know.
I know. I kicked the tires on one. I was like, hey, that's interesting. Yeah. The subsidy that they were offering.
What was that guy who first went national with McDonald's? Ray Kroc, was that his name?
Yeah.
You know what? You see, he started with a couple of hamburger stands, right? They were owned by the McDonald's brothers, I believe. Ray Kroc bought them and started with 2 or 3 hamburger stands, and then we know what that became, right? Can you believe that he built that business from a couple of hamburger stands to the worldwide phenomenon that it became without the government ever having to subsidize you to buy hamburgers? Can you believe that? How was that done? Oh, I know. People liked the product and they didn't need to be incentivized by the government to go buy things. So when people are buying things just because they're going to get a $7,000 tax credit or something or whatever it is, the next year, looking back, we can't really call that a trend because with the McDonald's thing, people liked the taste of the burgers, and that's why they were going back, and they were paying all of the money out of their pocket for that because they wanted that product. We don't know how many people have electric vehicles. Pretty much Teslas, they have a coolness appeal that probably you could say most of those people actually wanted.
Yeah.
They didn't want an electric vehicle. They wanted a Tesla because it was a cool car. But how many people have the Prius because of the government incentive?
That's why
and how many people have it because they love it? Before the government decided to start incentivizing you to buy a car, people bought cars because they thought they looked cool. So you would know, and it was a waste.
I also had a Cash for Clunkers program.
Oh, yeah, the Cash for Clunkers.
Bring your clunker on down and get some cash.
What did they do? They poured cement into the
engine,
and
right?
like into the
carburetor.
I don't know what, but they just like, all right, we're taking those off the market.
No more gas goes.
All right, so right there again, that's the government did something, removed a bunch of vehicles that otherwise would have been there that you could buy cheaply. That it's.
I'm not kind of like this. Maybe we have like a government burgers that goes up against McDonald's in the future.
Well, if you give people $7,000 to go eat burgers there, my guess is they're going to win in the short term. So there's nothing, we don't even know what we're looking at with the economy. And I'm not talking about, we should have some laissez-faire. I'm just talking about a free market. We're 10,000 nautical miles from a free market. So don't come at me with your libertarianism and tell me about how we need to be doing more free markets. Find it. Get your telescope. Get your microscope. Show me the free market. Show me even the potential for a free market within this market. It's been so boosted and incentivized and disincentivized. And how much money have we thrown at solar companies? Does your neighbor have solar panels on their house? Do we see this stuff in the wild? Hey, everybody's got solar panels now. How much money have we thrown into them? For 20, 25, really 30 years with government sponsorship, we've been recycling everything that we can. When's the last time you bought something that was made out of recycled goods? Anything. Yeah. Anything. Because it doesn't exist, we've been selling it to China and they throw it into a landfill. And now that's over because they're not taking it anymore. So who knows? My point is, don't talk to me about recycling. We've never done it. It's not real. It's not real. Don't talk to me about the economy because it's not real anymore. You just have to guess at what the government's going to do next to monkey around with the economy. That's not a real economy. And it's not unique. It's probably not a real one anywhere. So half point, quarter point, it's like anything else with these leaders we have now. They're terrible. I just cross my fingers and hope that they don't get us all killed. That's all that I can do. Because on every front, we have the worst leadership of my lifetime. I can't say for the entire country. I don't know. But in my lifetime, since I've been watching, so why am I going to take anybody seriously about anything? Oh, you're doing that thing to try to get power. I'll check in on November 6th and see if you got it. I'm not, you're not, you want me to get excited? No, I'm not going to get excited about you getting power. I'm not going to get excited that Kamala has been seeing a female president of the United States when she looked in the mirror since she was 12, and she might get what she's always wanted. That's got nothing to do with me. And I'm not going to get excited because Trump wants to get in there and have some sort of retribution on these people that he's so mad at. It's like, hey, I'll just check in on November 6th, see who got it. Don't ask me to get excited in your name because I don't care if you get retribution or if you get your thing that you aspired for since you were 12 years old. On November 6th, I'll see who won, and then I'll move on about my business because that's the reality. The reality is it doesn't have anything to do with me. And there's some sort of freedom in recognizing that. Every day I have to talk Tim Andrews. I'm not trying to kind of talk you down a little bit. I come in here and it's like, I can't believe, and why are they doing this? And, oh, yeah, CNN will show you this, but they won't tell you the other side of the story. And I'm like, don't be there. That's the point. The point is that you're constantly angry about something. The powers that be don't care. They don't care if you're angry from the left or you're angry from the right. They just want you angry about something. And national media, they have skin in this game too. And so the idea, have you noticed? After I tell you this, start noticing this. The idea is you are never given room to relax, ever. There's always a headline that's going to rattle your cage, no matter where you are, the left or the right. And there'll be another one tomorrow, and there'll be, 3 Wednesdays from now, there'll be another one. Just, are you gonna get angry about that thing 3 Wednesdays from now that I can guarantee you will be in the 24-hour news that is designed to get you angry and get you righteous and make you willing to fight, whether it's from the left or from the right? You're being manipulated. And ultimately, someone who's wanted to be president since they were 12 years old, and someone who desperately wants to get in there and prove that he deserved it the first time and get back at some of the people who went after him the second time, it's all about that. And when I say all, I mean all. So the only way to respond is to not click through, is to not to decide that no headline is going to get me emotionally upset. Because once you are, the powers that be, I guarantee you, don't care where you're coming from. They just want you fighting with your neighbor. It doesn't have to be your exact neighbor, but your neighbors.
The one 2 doors down, the real jerk.
Yeah, your neighbors, right. They're the problem, not the NSA. You shouldn't be looking at the NSA or Homeland Security. It's Jim down the street.
He doesn't support IVF.
Well, and
well, to your point, it really is. You don't fight with your neighbor down the street. That's the point.
Right.
Is that we're not actually fighting with each other.
No, right. But we all feel as if we're at war with one another.
Right.
You know,
and so so when you stop clicking through,
Yeah.
when you stop, and when you say click through, what you really mean is like clicking in, right?
Clicking in,
To
becoming a part of
engaging
it, saying, yes, this
Right.
does piss me off, and I'm going to tell you what I think about it. They've got you.
When you do that, when you stop doing that, then you start to realize, oh, you know what? I'm not seeing all of this. Like, I'm not going to the Target and seeing people fight over whatever Pokemon cards or whatever they were fighting about. You know, like I'm just not seeing it.
Yeah.
And maybe that's not saying it's not happening, but it's a very small percentage of the world that those things are happening. Even in airports. I know we talk a lot about that.
Yeah.
But I've flown, a couple of times this year, and I don't see anything. There's nothing.
No,
Nothing happens.
most people walk through airports and don't ever see anything that shows
Yeah.
up online. Well,
But that's what you think, right? You're like,
Right.
oh my God, the airport, everyone's
Yeah.
insane. Like, everyone's crazy. Like,
Every
no,
Waffle
nothing's
House
happening.
is the same thing. It fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to say this quite a bit. I should resurrect it, which is the idea that you need to understand that the real world is the world that you see out of your eyeballs, not the world you see through your screen. The real world.
I still use my eyeballs.
Well, no, you can. Yeah,
to look at the
and
screen.
I gotta tell you something. If that fills up a lot of your real world with your real eyeballs, then you're not actually seeing the real world. So yes, you're right. You do have to look beyond the screen first. But what you see beyond the screen is really what's happening, not what you see on Fox or MSNBC or CNN or whatever. What they'll do, like you and I know that it's not a national story if some high school student in the Midwest says the N-word that's a local story. That's a very local story. Actually, it's like the high school, the principal, whatever. But because the game is every day to keep you on edge, some idiot says something in a high school in the Midwest, and it becomes, and I'm just making that up in my head. I'm not even thinking about a real story. I'm just saying those kinds of stories that should be uber local, they all become national because here's a nerve. Hey, if it's a nerve that we can hit, and our responsibility as the media is to make sure that no one can ever relax ever, then, hey, this kid said something in a high school, but it's a major nerve thing. Boom, let's go, national. So what one kid said to another kid in a high school in the Midwest has nothing to do with any of our lives. Nothing. But it has everything to do with keeping people engaged with the outrage machine. Because as long as we're outraged with each other, we're not looking at the people who are really benefiting from everything that people are complaining about. Inflation, war, all of this stuff. Now, very quickly, I do want to pivot to this pager stuff. Now, is it true that some cell phones this happened to?
Walkie-talkies and cell phones.
What did I just say yesterday? Now, I'm going to say something right now, and this is a neutral point given this conflict. I'm not, you can, whatever side you are on, on this conflict, that's your business. As a weapon, this should be one of the weapons that we have treaties between nations about, like mustard gas, whatever. And you can say, well, how well do they work? Well, I don't know, but we take the time to say, at least publicly, we don't think we should be having supplies of mustard gas because we went through World War I and we saw what that was. This is a guerrilla type of warfare. This is not the kind of warfare that you expect from large, stable nations that have large militaries. And this is a slippery slope. This is a lot more aligned with terrorism than the kind of warfare that you expect from large, stable nations. And I'll tell you why that is. Because all of these people, when they hit this code that started blowing these things up all at the same time, no thought of where they're standing. No thought of who they're standing next to. No thought. You see videos, people are standing in line, checking out at grocery stores. Well, what makes the person standing next to them guilty? Okay, I get it. The guy's got the pager, so but are we to believe that everybody who shops at the store is part of the leadership of Hezbollah? You know, so this is something that we should be thinking should not be allowed because that's terrorism. The effect that they've had is terrorism. Now that it's in cell phones, anybody in that area with a cell phone has to be like, well, that's the concept of terrorism. That the civilian population doesn't get hit that often, but they get hit often enough that everybody is afraid that they might get hit and begins to change their behaviors based on that. Fear. This, I know that I live in a country where we're on the side of the people who are detonating these things, so there might be some kind of idea that, hey, great, we got there first, blah, blah, blah. But you think that's going to stay there? You think every guerrilla fighting type of outfit, every terrorist kind of outfit hasn't seen this and immediately go, whoa, how's this done? And I said yesterday, well, it's pagers. Nobody uses pagers. Well, in fact, the people at Hezbollah were using pagers for a reason, but my question yesterday was, well, can this apply to a cell phone? And I guess in one day we found out. So now we're talking about something that nearly every single adult really in the world, I mean, I'm sure that there are really, really poor nations where most adults don't have them, but in any mid nation to up. So now we have a way to do this, and everybody's applauding on this side because, well, the people that we're aligned with are the ones who are doing the detonating. You really think it's going to stop there? Because I'm guessing this is technology where you do not need to be a large, stable nation with a large military to pull this off.
No, it's like a gel.
And we've just getting it done, whatever. They had
getting it into the device, yeah.
Yeah, they had to, and so they were directing. I'm saying it's terroristic because you don't know who the person's standing. They could be standing in an orphanage. I don't know. You have no idea where they're standing when it happens. But once it gets into the hands of true guerrilla out warfare, terrorism, the problem is one man's terrorist, another man's freedom fighter, but let's say guerrilla type fighting, asymmetrical type of fighting. Once it gets into those hands, they're not going to care who they blow up. If they blow up 20 innocent housewives in America because they got it right, every housewife in America will suddenly be afraid of their phone, and that's going to be the point. So anybody who's celebrating this today, and also, again, we have nothing to say about it. The intelligence agencies, whether this started with Mossad, whether it started with us, don't believe for a second that we didn't know about this. Do not believe that for a second. I don't know how much we had to do with creating it, but they knew about it. This was not a surprise. If you think our intelligence agencies woke up the next day and went, what? Please. We live in the West. I know Israel's in the Middle East, but they identify as sort of a Western political nation. We in the West, our lives are going to be what our intelligence agencies, our allies, decide. They decide we're going into this new era. where large countries with large stable militaries are going to use this asymmetrical kind of fighting. And that's a decision they made. And now we live in this world. And I will be surprised. I hope I'm completely wrong. I really hope I'm completely wrong. But if we're not talking about this kind of thing happening here or Europe or something in the next 5 years, I'll be very surprised. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope I'm surprised. But if you're applauding this, this is an instrument that is going to help those who fight asymmetrically. Guerrilla warfare.
At the Original Mattress Factory, we know that convenience is key. That's why we've made mattress shopping simple and stress-free. Shop in-store or online, whatever works best for you. No high-pressure sales tactics or fake promotions. Our prices are clearly marked, and we openly compare our products to other brands. With our streamlined selection, you won't be overwhelmed by duplicate options, and our 365-day comfort policy provides for peace of mind. Experience the ease of buying factory direct. Visit OMF today for better sleep tonight.
If you're looking for an exceptional Swiss timepiece, visit Terra Fine Jewelry today. They have exceptional Swiss watches from Tag Heuer and the finest selection in Atlanta of pre-owned Rolex. It's where I've been shopping for over 25 years. Terra Fine Jewelry in Beaufort.
At City of Hope, we are driven to stop lung cancer, to respond to its every change, its every mutation with a new treatment approach, to meet the most complex cases with the latest innovations, to analyze cancer down to its DNA, then fight it with the newest surgical, radiation, and immunotherapies, to never give up, so you can be driven by hope. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
Hey Atlanta, it's Patrick, owner of Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Only Zero Res can get your home insanely clean and refreshed for fall. Take advantage of our 20th anniversary sale and get 20% off carpets, air ducts, area rugs, and more. That's right, 20% off your next cleaning when you mention WSB Radio. This deal won't last long. Use code 20OFF at ZeroResAtlanta.com. Zero Res, spell it backwards or forwards, it's the right way to clean.
The children's music and dance teacher who couldn't cha-cha. I was always on my feet. It was just so painful. Elisa couldn't let her students down. So she stepped up and went to the Good Feet store for personally fitted arch supports. I would work an entire day and my feet didn't hurt at the end of the day. That was when I knew, wow, these are different. But the really good part? It's good to be dancing together again. Stop by or schedule your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
The Good Feet store. Call 1-800-NEW-FEET or visit goodfeet.com.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now, 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
If you have a leaning brick porch, an uneven concrete driveway, a pool deck covered in cracks, or an uneven sidewalk you could trip over, you should get AquaGuard to come out and help you. Schedule a free visit today at aquaguard.net. Remember,
AquaGuard. Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather, traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk. It is 3:30. Good afternoon. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news sponsored by Fenley Roofing. Happening right now, Sean Diddy Combs about to have a court hearing. He was denied bail after being charged with racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution yesterday. Jerika Duncan reporting his attorneys are saying that he should not be denied bail because he's not a flight risk, and that's what this hearing is about.
So it's unclear if that argument will be enough for this judge to make a different decision, but he also also noted that Combs gave up his passport as well as other family members. He also talked about how they were in touch, Combs's attorneys were in touch with federal prosecutors this entire time about his whereabouts, trying to say he is not a flight risk.
And again, that hearing getting underway as we speak. We'll be watching. Check back for updates. Lows tonight around 65, warmer tomorrow, even hotter as we head into the weekend. We'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast with WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards coming up in just a couple of minutes. The Federal Reserve cut interest rates for the first time today in more than 4 years. The central bank cut rates by 0.5 point. We have reaction now from consumer advocate Clark Howard.
I'm a little freaked out that the interest rate cut was 0.5%, because that means the Federal Reserve is more worried about the economy softening than I thought.
And Clark says this is an aggressive, unusual move to cut rates by 1/2 instead of 1/4. Bottom line, Clark says this is great news on money you owe, bad news on money you save. In Gwinnett County, they're spending $16 million to acquire more of the fading Gwinnett Place Mall.
The county commission agreed to use those funds to buy 2 Macy's buildings on the property, along with 23 surrounding acres of the mall. The mostly vacant property in Duluth is at the forefront of a mixed-use redevelopment plan. Most of the mall would be demolished for housing, stores, and a park. The announcement follows the county's purchase of 39 acres of that 90-acre site 3 years ago for $23 million. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
Boeing is announcing temporary layoffs of thousands of employees. The CEO telling workers today that the furloughs will begin over the coming days. The furloughs will happen on a rotating basis, with employees being off for 1 week every 4 weeks. This comes as 33,000 International Association of Machinists at Boeing are on strike. Executives also taking a pay cut for the duration of that strike. A Lawrenceville man's indicted on more than a dozen counts of Medicaid and identity fraud. The state attorney general's office saying 45-year-old Averill Johnson used his company, National Healthcare Center, to submit fraudulent claims for genetic testing that his company did not provide. Their evidence includes more than $365,000 in payments for those claims. Attorney General Chris Carr says that they are committed to putting a stop to Medicaid fraud. More deaths are reported today as pagers and walkie-talkies used by Hezbollah leaders exploded in Beirut for a second straight day. Israel does not claim responsibility, but all indications, according to the U.S. military officials, are that Israel planted those small amounts of explosives in devices that were then sold to Hezbollah militants in southern Lebanon. That we will keep an eye on the situation and bring you any new developments as they come in. This is new this afternoon. We have an update on election 2024. The Teamsters say they're not endorsing a candidate for president this year. The International Brotherhood of Teamsters was the last and perhaps most influential labor union to take position on a candidate. The union endorsed Joe Biden in 2020, Hillary Clinton in 2016, and then Barack Obama in 2008 and 2012. This year, they're not endorsing either one. As we take a look at the markets, we're in the green. The Dow is up 66 at 41,672. NASDAQ and S&P are also up. It is 3:33. That means it's time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. We have Mark McKay with a look at the roads.
Hey, Sabrina, good afternoon. We've got a slow roll between Doraville and Clarkston on 285 east and southbound. Interloop delays begin at Buford Highway. Take it down to a crash we see on the Jam Cam in the left lane. 285 southbound right at the Stone Mountain Freeway exit 39. Choose to take I-85 south to avoid those delays on the east side. Be aware of a stall. Center lane 85 south below 400 before you reach the downtown connector traffic that slows below 17th Street. Smile Mark McKay, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. The clouds rolling out for this evening, lows tonight in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, sunshine, high 88. Friday, mostly sunny, high 87.
It is 80 degrees in Chamblee. Marietta has 81 degrees, and it's 81 degrees here in Midtown Atlanta. We'll have more news at 4 o'clock, breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Even when it's not raining, there's still signs that your roof needs attention. Home Fix It Show host Dave Baker here for Findlay Roofing. The roof guys. Check your roof for streaks and stains, loss of color, or granules in your downspouts. Gutters are scattered on the ground around your home. Your roof may be telling you something. Or if you can still see where that wet spot was in your ceiling, even if it's dried out, your roof still has a problem. You need a new roof. Findlay Roofing has mastered the roof replacement process with impeccable, high-quality work with exceptional service and pinpoint attention to detail. Findlay lives by the golden rule and will treat your home like it's their own. Plus, Findlay stands behind their work with a lifetime leak-free warranty on labor and materials at no additional cost. And they offer 0% financing. Need a new roof? Think of Findlay first. Get started with a free roof analysis. Schedule yours now at FindlayRoofing.com. Roof.
All my life I wore contacts with no problems, and a few years ago my reading gave out and I started having to wear reading glasses. After a while I got frustrated and I went to see Dr. Ashraf regarding my options. Instead of LASIK, I opted for laser optics procedure. Believe me, this is amazing. Most of my day I do not use any glasses, even for reading. As an added bonus, my insurance covered most of the cost.
Hi, this is Dr. Ashraf of the Atlanta Vision Institute. I'm proud to be one of the first physicians to offer the laser optics procedure. This procedure uses LASIK technology to improve your distance vision, but also helps to restore your reading vision. As a matter of fact, most of my patients are able to read a menu or see their phones without the need for reading glasses. So if you can relate to Bill's frustrations, come see me and see if you're a candidate for the laser optics procedure.
If you would like to learn more about the procedure and find out if you're covered by insurance, visit Atlanta2020.com. That's Atlanta2020.com.
Hey, it's Ashley Frasca from the traffic team. And you know, when I report traffic every morning, I hear from people that are jammed up. They are bumper to bumper, and there's not enough room to move on the Atlanta roads. You know that. So let me ask you, is the storage at your business like that? Do you feel like you've outgrown your space? Shipping Containers for You has the perfect solution. Shipping Containers for You has 40-foot and 20-foot containers that can be delivered to you within days. Go to shippingcontainersforyou.com. Find the shipping container that you need for your home or business and have it delivered within days.
A couple of questions we were just talking about somebody saying something on X, parenthetically, formerly known as Twitter.
Just say
close
Twitter.
I just like the way it's always out there.
It's going to be Kleenex in 5 years.
X, formerly known as Twitter.
Yes.
It's like, what's it been now? 2 years? It's not Twitter anymore. It's just X. And they put in the parenthetical as if people won't know what they're talking about at this point. X.
You know what was a big change?
I know what Twitter is, but I ain't never heard of this X.
You know what was a big change was, I think it was 2 weeks ago, Tim, where they made it a point to change the link URL from Twitter to X. I think that happened 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you can't go to twitter.com anymore?
It redirects you to X now.
It should, because there's no such thing as Twitter anymore. No, that's true no matter what you feel about it. Like, the Buffalo Bills have never won a Super Bowl. That's true no matter what I feel about it.
That's right.
Some things are just true and just reality. And the fact of the matter is there's no such social media company called Twitter anymore. It doesn't exist. I mean, you can go still see there's still at least some part of the Colosseum in Rome. That's still there.
Yeah.
To a certain degree.
But it's called X now.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Is it X?
Yes. The X Dome. The X Arena.
Do they have the title name rights to the arena?
It's actually just called Twitter now.
Oh, that's gone the other way.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Gone the other way. I was when everybody says they don't like it and they don't like Elon Musk, and I'm not on any social media, so I'm looking from afar. Seems like everybody's still on it. I remember when everybody's going to go to Threads. I'm so proud to be on Threads. Remember that whole movement that lasts 72 hours?
Yeah, we're leaving for Threads.
They were going to kill X because all the stories said that Elon, they're just running it into the ground, and now we have Threads where we can have the proper amount of censorship to have free speech. To have as the people who went to Threads know, you have to have a proper amount of censorship in order to facilitate free speech. We all understand. Not like that Elon Musk. It's not as if he doesn't have his own version of censorship. He does. But I think it's interesting that when you read stories, nobody ever refers to Threads. You read a story about an athlete, they put up something on, nobody,
on Instagram.
Nobody says this athlete unfriended his team on Threads.
Threaded him.
Dethreaded him.
So what happened to Threads? That's what I want to do. You were saying something, I don't even know if it's true, that maybe there's more people on Truth Social than Threads.
I wouldn't be surprised because the only reason I use Threads now is because
why do you?
When I post on Instagram, it gives me the option to go on and bleed through to my Facebook page and to my Threads page.
And
so
you
I'm
say, why not?
So I'm like, why not, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'll go on and use it in both places. Or if I post something on X, which Threads is kind of designed to be, then I'll just copy and paste it and put it over there.
I think stuff is important. Like, people need to remember as you're reading stories about things that are happening in the country and this movement and this trend, for 72 hours, Threads was an X killer. I mean, they had started the parade. It was over. We don't like Elon. We don't like what he did to Twitter. And here comes Mark Zuckerberg. We didn't like him 6 months earlier because of anorexia or something. I don't know. We got rid of that. And now we're all in love with Zuckerberg again. And really, for 72 hours, it was over. X was dead. Everybody hates Elon. And now nobody ever brings up Threads. George, have you looked to see how many more? Who has more, Threads or?
So Truth Social, according to the Google AI, has 5 million monthly users.
Yeah.
Threads has 120 million monthly users, and X has 540 million.
Okay. Now, one thing it doesn't surprise me, but
how many?
I think
active,
Threads are. Well, he said active users, so
those are supposedly active users.
And by the way, this is AI, generative AI, so we don't know. But
Truth Social is sort of unusable and bulky and just.
And also, you remember Threads is connected a little bit to Instagram, so you can kind of get bleed over from one to the other.
Oh yeah, it'll put like Instagram posts in your Threads feed, and you're like, what? Like what is this?
And you can't shut it off.
But so the thing is, Threads. What happened to Threads? And then I was thinking the other thing is like this world moves so fast. Whatever happened to Apple's Vision Pro? Remember when that was the thing that everybody was talking? Hey, I saw a guy walking around the street. What, is it just terrible? Like, it's like
people were going to get hit by cars because remember that was a big story about that.
Oh, everybody loves this thing so much. But the thing that we were told people loved, Threads, no one talks about it anymore. And another thing that we were told, oh my goodness, this new device from Apple. It's going to change the whole world. Have you ever seen one?
No. And didn't they stop working on the second version already, or?
Have they stopped?
I think.
I mean, are they done? They just had an Apple rollout for the iPhone 16. Did they pretend Vision Pro? They must have mentioned something, some sort of update.
I would imagine.
They must have, or did they just act like, oh, that never happened?
I think they had the idea for a 2, and then they canceled that, and they're going to do a cheaper kind of.
Right. This one ain't working.
Exactly.
It turns out even people who are first adopters, when they spend nearly $4,000 on an item, they expect like 17 days in, there's still something interesting. You know, they don't expect a 4-day experience and then it's pretty much done except for porn. Which that is not very fun. I don't know how I know that, but I'm just saying that
because you're too worried about being caught.
Well, no, it's just the whole thing is just not realistic, and that's okay. None of porn is realistic, but when you're selling yourself as realistic, then you notice this isn't very realistic.
We need to have add-ons.
Well, I'm sure those will be part of it.
You want the person to like not be so enthusiastic?
No. Yeah. I want to hear.
This isn't realistic. This chick would not be this into me.
I want to be like. I want to hear like. I guess.
Like,
the screams don't sound real.
I got nothing. I got nothing else to do. I suppose that would be realistic. No, I'm just saying that
it's a whole new set.
Again, too. I've done some research. Maybe I've talked to some people. I'm not saying.
I get it, Eric.
This is definitely firsthand experience. I'm just telling you that from what I understand. Listen, if you are a technology that costs a lot of money, the porn better be great. Because if you have no other application, this is where the VHS, which came out of the Betamax, when the Betamax first came out, it cost $100 to have your own copy of The Godfather. Like how many people? And then how many times you're going to watch it? You know how much pressure there is if you spend $100 on one movie. Hey, let's watch it again, kids, get in here. So it just didn't make any sense. But people were willing to spend way over prices. What kind of videos are you willing to watch over and over again? Oh, porn videos. Until that thing got to a point where it was at the VHS level where everybody could afford to have one. So many examples of new technologies that are kept afloat by porn before they can come down to a price point where everybody else can use them for mainstream stuff. And that's what I think has killed the Vision Pro is probably that VR porn it ain't that great.
Well, you got to
just ain't that great.
You got to think about the set and the setting that you're in while doing it. A lot of times with those VR devices, you need to be in a very open room where you can move around and stuff. I mean, oftentimes when you're watching the other stuff, it's in a different setting.
It's in a different setting.
So
and
there's a way to
nobody
cross-breed the two
Nobody
in
wants
your
to
car.
get. Nobody wants to get. Nobody wants to get caught. But
in the Starbucks parking lot, like sucking off their Wi-Fi.
What?
Yeah, that's an interesting way of putting that. But I'm glad you said Wi-Fi.
Leeching.
After that.
Sure, that's what I meant.
Yeah, pirating. I don't know what. Although that's got a sexual connotation.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I guess what I'm trying to say.
For you, maybe.
What I'm trying to say. Hey, what are you always attacking me for? I'm always so
No
nice.
one's attacking you.
No, you were attacking me. I could feel it. There's like daggers.
Do you like it?
Yeah, of course. That's why I recognize.
That's why you like pirate porn.
That's pirate. Yarr. Now I don't like themes. It's like Yeah, it's like restaurants. I don't like themed restaurants like a pirate. Arr, well, I'll take your arr. Just give me my food. I don't like themes in my restaurants or my pornography.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news,
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB Radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Thank you, Jesus.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Just enter the word at WSBRadio.com or on the WSB Radio app.
Your next chance to win is coming up at 5.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz
On 95.5 WSB.
Dave Baker here for Air Quality Systems. If you haven't had your heating and air ducts cleaned in the last 5 years, you need Air Quality Systems. They'll come to your house and clean all that gunk out of your ductwork. That's all they do. They won't wash your siding. They won't clean your carpet. They'll just professionally clean your ducts to the same standards using the same process that they use to clean at UGA, at Children's Healthcare, and at other major hospitals in the metro area. You'll get upfront, all-in pricing over the phone, and your ducts will be clean. Simply go to airqualitysystems.com and breathe easy.
Attention parents, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta is closing the Eggleston Emergency Department at 7 a.m. Sunday, September 29th. Instead, you'll go to Arthur M. Blank Hospital on North Druid Hills Road at I-85 for emergency services. Remember, the Eggleston Emergency Department closes at 7 a.m. September 29th, and Arthur M. Blank Hospital will open its doors at the same time. Stay informed at choa.org.
A happy place comes in many colors. One that leaves you feeling refreshed. Something that gets you all fired up. Or gives you the space to chill. Whatever your color, bring happiness home with CertaPro Painters and make your happy place your home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Selling your home is full of catch-22s. Do you pay for upgrades like new flooring and fresh paint to sell for more, or put that money towards your dream home? With Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, you can do both. Get more money for your current home and put more money down on your new one. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Here's how it works. Orchard makes you an impressive backup cash offer for your old home. That unlocks cash for you to buy and move into your new home. Next, your Orchard team handles the repairs and upgrades on your old home at no upfront cost. Then, your local Orchard agent lists, shows, and sells your home on the market. One customer said, quote, "Orchard sold my home for far more than I expected, and I got a golf cart," unquote. Home selling doesn't have to be a catch-22. With Orchard, get expert guidance and top dollar for your home. Visit Orchard.com and start with your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Donald Trump's back, and he's out for control.
I would have every right to go after them.
Complete control.
I will wield that power very aggressively.
And he has a plan to get it.
Detailed plans for exactly what our movement will do.
It's called Project 2025, a 922-page blueprint to make Donald Trump the most powerful president ever. Overhauling the Department of Justice, giving Trump the unchecked power to seek vengeance. cuts, eliminating the Department of Education, and defunding K through 12 schools, requiring the government to monitor women's pregnancies, and Trump has also proposed severe cuts to Medicare and Social Security. Those are Donald Trump's plans.
Well, revenge does take time, I will say that. And sometimes revenge can be justified.
He'll take control, we'll pay the price.
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message. Paid for by Harris for President.
You could win a chance to ride in a race car with a professional driver at Road Atlanta. Go behind the scenes of the Matul Petit Le Mans. Walk inside the paddocks, meet the teams, and feel what it's like to race on the track. Visit WSBRadio.com for rules and to enter for your chance to win.
Shane Company has been servicing Atlanta for nearly 50 years, and we know exactly how to help you find your dream engagement ring, no matter your budget, and we'll protect it with a free lifetime warranty. Come visit us in Duluth, Alpharetta, or Kennesaw. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Oh, my goodness. Solving problems during the commercials.
Slashing rates.
Entertaining the entire metro Atlanta area.
Not
in between
everybody.
commercials. Well, I know you're not a big fan.
No, I'm trying every day.
Well, we appreciate it.
I listen every day.
I know you do. I know you just don't enjoy it.
Well,
which is fine. I like the effort.
I miss Greg.
I know. I who doesn't? Who doesn't? You miss whom?
Greg.
Russ?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's having, I don't know, he's stuck in England or something. What's going on with him?
So he was flying back and he got delayed a little bit.
Oh,
so
he went to
he's still
England.
over the Atlantic?
I believe he is.
He went to England like last week to see Starlight Express, which is still hilarious that somebody would. He and his girlfriend get on an international flight to go see Starlight Express, but I guess they did more because that was like last week. So they've been in England all week long.
Go do a little exploring, I guess.
Next week I got to go to New York. I didn't realize it was so soon. That whole Ringo Starr thing.
Did you get your airport situation fixed up?
I don't know. How far is Newark from New York City?
It's not far.
Like, was it like 40 more minutes or something? I have to wake up an hour earlier and get into an Uber and spend
I think
9
it's a little bit easier than landing at, say, LaGuardia.
No, we're landing at Kennedy.
Okay.
It's just that I messed up, and I assumed all my options on the way back were from the same airport because I don't do this very often. And no, it's like we're flying there. I got some good seats, decent seats, you know. And on the way back, we're flying out of Newark, and we're in row 30. I mean, we're in steerage on the way back.
Yikes.
I hope nobody notices me. Wow.
Oh, it'll be so embarrassing.
His show must not be doing very well.
What are you doing way back in?
I could never look up to him again.
He must have given up his seat to an elderly.
That's probably what
exactly
it was.
what
If
it
I
is.
know this Eric Von Hessler, he saw somebody maybe had a particular disability who was uncomfortable in regular, and he said, sir, take my spot, and I will come back here with the little people.
What an altruistic man.
Yeah.
I knew that Eric was a good soul.
I hate being in like one of the last rows where the plane takes off. It just feels like it's going to leave without you. Like you're the last thing to leave the ground.
It's like riding a roller coaster.
Yeah, you
in the
really
back
do
you get
feel
flung
it.
around.
Yeah.
You're just like, well, I hate the moment of takeoff anyway because I feel like planes don't sound as muscular as they should. They sound like lawnmower engines.
Oh, taking off is my favorite part because you feel the sort of like force against you and you're leaning back in your seat. I wish it was always like that.
Well, if you ever get on like they're going to have another supersonic sometime soon.
Supersonic.
Concorde?
Supersonic. Well, it was called the Concorde before, but that was finished. But I think they're starting. They're going to make another one soon. And I think like a lot of that trip is because the way that they make that so quick. I think is you hit the halfway. I believe this is how it would be done. Somebody can tell me if I'm wrong that they know. You basically find the halfway spot in the sky, right?
Okay.
And you climb to it, and then you descend the rest of the way. That would be the quickest way to get anywhere, right? You find that one spot. You're not flying like this,
right?
Fighting everything. You're just going up and
Well,
down.
I guess you're trying to make the most straight line that you can on a curved surface.
Yeah, well, that's how racing is done. There's a couple different ways to take a corner, but if you're taking a corner at speed, they call it diamonding. And rather than turning the car through the corner, you find the one spot that's the exact middle. You drive there and you turn down.
Yeah, the original concept for those SSTs came around in the 1940s. I don't know who came up with it. But they would shoot it straight up in the air like a rocket, and then it would come
straight
down exactly
right.
like you
2
said.
points, yeah. So
What's an SST?
That is
supersonic transporters.
That is used to be called the Concorde.
I like the lingo.
Used to be called the Concorde, but then they blew out one tire, and I think somebody died. But I mean, But I think that, and then they just ended it. So I think that just wasn't making any money.
It was super expensive from what I heard.
Remember that one crash was, I think the tire blew when it was landing or something. It was a long time ago. George Clark will look it up. We'll have it for you.
When news breaks.
Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office is investigating a protective incident involving former President Donald Trump.
We've got it covered.
Vice President Harris saying, I'm glad that he is safe. Violence has no place in America.
Tune in throughout the day for the very latest.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your love life back in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your love life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Attention men. Are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now. 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
I am opposed to pumpkin spice season. It's the fall. I don't understand the whole pumpkin spice thing. But what I do understand is the weather's getting cooler as we head towards pumpkin season. And the Georgia Spa Company doesn't just have hot tubs. They've got steam saunas. They've got infrared saunas. And, of course, they have my beloved saltwater hot tub. So I can stay warm and cozy in my backyard relaxing. Check out the Georgia Spa Company, 6 Metro Atlanta locations, georgiaspacompany.com.
At City of Hope, we are driven to stop lung cancer, to respond to its every change, its every mutation with a new treatment approach, to meet the most complex cases with the latest innovations, to analyze cancer down to its DNA, then fight it with the newest surgical, radiation, and immunotherapies, to never give up, so you can be driven by hope. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
WSB Atlanta, WSB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. News, weather,
traffic,
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Hi there, good afternoon. It is 4 o'clock. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news is sponsored by Georgia Spa Company. Our top story this afternoon concerns you and your money. The Federal Reserve cutting interest rates by an unusually large half point. Fed Chair Jerome Powell.
We're committed to maintaining our economy's strength by supporting maximum employment and returning inflation to our 2% goal.
So what does this mean for you and me? WSB's Steve Summers joining us live to answer that question.
Sabrina, today's interest rate cut is mixed news for Americans who want to buy a car or a home or just pay down credit card debt. Kennesaw State University economics professor Roger Tutoro says the effect will be little.
I think on some situations like car loans, you may see the rate come down some. On credit card debt, it's unclear that you'll get very much relief in the short run.
To no effect at all.
A lot of the interest rates that consumers deal with, such as mortgage rates, aren't directly tied to the federal funds rate.
Two pieces of good news. The Fed signals there will be several more rate cuts coming, and over time, mortgages, car loans, and credit card interest could be affected by that. And the rate cut shows the Fed believes inflation is pretty much under control. Reporting live, Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
All right, thank you, Steve. 80 degrees right now in Midtown Atlanta. It's going to be cool tonight, lows in the 60s. Then it warms up quite a bit as we get closer to the weekend. We'll have Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes. Parts of North Carolina under a state of emergency this evening after an unnamed storm slammed the coast. This man is on Carolina Beach. He says he was surprised by the powerful storm system that dumped more than 20 inches of rain in a short period of time.
A once-in-a-century storm. We will recover.
A coastal flood advisory is still in place as residents wait for the waters to recede. Now to Lebanon. Another wave of explosions in Beirut and smaller cities, this time walkie-talkies and handheld radios exploding in the hands of Hezbollah members. Lebanon's health ministry reporting at least 9 people dead, about 300 injured. ABC's Martha Raddatz reporting this evening from Tel Aviv. She says that Israel has not admitted responsibility for the explosions, and the United States government says it had no knowledge of the plan.
This is something that the CIA in years past has heard about these kinds of things, but they believe the so-called collateral damage, in other words, killing innocent people, was too high using something like that. And I think we've seen that in Lebanon because those pagers may have been attached to waste. They may have, as we saw in grocery bags, other people were injured.
So be sure and stay with us and check back for updates on this developing story. Update on election 2024. The Teamsters announcing today it's not endorsing a candidate this year for president. The International Brotherhood of Teamsters was the last and perhaps most influential labor union to take position on a candidate, so neither Trump nor Harris getting its backing this time around. Kentucky is banning the practice of conversion therapy on minors. Governor Andy Beshear signing the executive order today during a live news conference. The governor says this order is about protecting kids from an inhumane practice that can cause serious long-term harm, including increased rates of suicide and depression. In North Fulton, a fight is underway to keep an elementary school open there. School leaders say enrollment is too low at Spalding Drive Elementary in Sandy Springs, and because of that, they may have to close that school down. The school has 349 students, but it was built to hold 550, and they say that it's also old. It was built back in 1966. This parent, Claudia Stillwagon, telling Channel 2 Action News, the size of the school, though, is what makes it so successful.
What makes Spalding so special is that it's small. Right? It allows for that one-on-one attention when a kid needs it. It allows the teachers to thrive and feel successful in the classroom.
The Fulton County Board of Education planning to have public hearings on the matter in October, November, December, and then they'll vote after the first of the year. All right, we know you're trying to get home, so let's get a check of the roads. Mark McKay is up above it all this evening in the Skycopter.
How about a traffic run alert, Sabrina, on the southeast leg of the perimeter leading Hartsfield. Heads up. Traffic here, Scott, first to tell us about this crash in the left lane. Now they're holding all lanes to hopefully get it off to the right quickly. 285 eastbound, the outer loop at Jonesboro Road, exit 54, already starting to stack up toward the I-75 interchange. If you're rolling 75 north or 285 east before you get to 75, you can always take 75 north into downtown. East side perimeter has been a mess in DeKalb County, really leaving Doryville, trying to get down to Clarkston past a left lane crash. 285 southbound, the inner loop at Highway 78, Stone Mountain Freeway, exit 39. Here to help you get into and through downtown Midtown Atlanta, Andrew Seco, Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center.
Well, we're seeing the worst of it heading south
from 400 on 85 right before you hit the connector. Stall Big Rig just moved to the right shoulder. They're picking the cones out of the right lanes, but those delays looking really tough. Backing you onto Georgia 400. Elsewhere, we're seeing the worst of it in and out of the heart of Atlanta. The connector's looking pretty jammed. You were on and off that brake pedal both directions from Langford Parkway all the way up past 17th Street. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Becoming partly cloudy this evening. Overnight lows in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 88. Friday, sunshine, morning low 66, afternoon high 87.
It is 81 degrees right now in Riverdale, 76 in Beaufort. Dunwoody, you have 79 degrees. We'll have more news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 2 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. Whoever's working on the clocks, please put them back where they were because we're not going to know when to get in and out of this thing. It was easy to get in because Sabrina ends. We may not know when to get out because I don't know what's going on with our clocks.
I thought something was wrong with me. On my way, it's 4:75.
Is it 14,300?
Yes. I've never seen them mess with the clocks ever before.
I've been doing it in the breaks, but usually they're back.
I do have a clock pulled up on the computer.
There we go. There it is, right there. It's right back. That one at least got it. As long as it's 4:06, at least one of our clocks is working. It turns out, I want to say, I think I was wrong about almost everything concerning the Concorde. Number one, I think I conflated it with another story. I think what I was thinking of is there is an idea for international travel where you can get anywhere in a couple hours, but you basically have to go up to almost the edge of space, right? And in that situation, you can get almost anywhere by identifying a point in the sky that is the halfway point, and you would ascend for half the flight and descend the other. But with the supersonic, it just broke the sound barrier. So it was just going like other planes.
But very fast.
Just a lot faster. And I was wrong about, it did have to do with the tire. When they ended the Concorde, it was because, I remember there was a crash and the tire exploded, but I said maybe one person died. That is not true, correct, George?
No, 109 people died and then 4 people on the ground, and it was due to the tire. The tire exploded because there was debris from the previous plane taking off on the tarmac. That exploded the tire. Tire pieces went into the wing, and
so the crash happened while it was taking off.
Yeah, exactly.
Then, right? Yeah, and that's a horrible tragedy.
Yes.
Everybody on board died. But of course, other airlines have had those situations, and they didn't go out of business. I think Concorde at that point was like, "All right, we're just not making any money." And now
so that
this
was a PR disaster,
yeah.
obviously. And then they could never actually break the speed of sound because they couldn't fly over land and do that.
Oh, okay. So they had the ability to.
Sound reasons, safety. They thought people would start losing consciousness if they depressurized the cabin.
Yeah.
Fuel consumption. It took 1 ton of jet fuel per seat for a transatlantic flight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but it got Phil Collins from the Live Aid stage in England to the Live Aid stage in America in just a couple of hours, and that was quite wonderful because
nice stunt.
And then he pissed off Robert Plant or Jimmy Page by drumming poorly in the Led Zeppelin reunion. I
They
guess.
should have had Ringo.
It's a big deal. You gotta look at it. It's a real thing.
Yeah, it was $12,000 for a round trip ticket.
Yeah, well, Phil Collins, he could afford that. The rest of us can. It never became a thing that anybody could afford to do. But somebody's trying to do a new one, and they must have thought of all these things, I would imagine. Do you know?
The 737 MAX is still flying despite all of its madness that goes on with it.
Yeah.
Like the door and everything like that.
Have you ever seen the photo of me when I'm in 5th grade? I have like a Justin Bieber haircut before Justin Bieber ever, and I'm holding a red ribbon that I've won. Have you ever seen that picture?
Yeah.
It's cute as hell.
Yeah, of course.
Right, absolutely. Well, that red ribbon was because I was in a speech contest where we all gave speeches, and I won my little 4-H thing. And then that sent me to the next level. And I lost to a kid who did a thing about Paul Revere. Really pissed me off. He was so, yeah, okay, you're going to pick Paul Revere. I went with current events, as I always do. And I bet it was 4th or 5th grade. My whole speech was about, I was against supersonic, the Concorde, because it was something that was coming. And I had heard that it would create sonic booms over people's homes. And so my whole speech was about how, now I was in 4th or 5th grade, so I didn't really understand the whole thing, business side of it, anything like that. I was just speaking for the people, damn it, who shouldn't have sonic booms going off. And I'll never forget this one lady in the back, somebody's mother, She was just looking at me the whole time. Black lady. She was the one person in the audience I just remember her head going, "You're right. Absolutely. You are right." I'll never forget that wonderful, wonderful person because, and this kid who won.
The British are coming. The British are coming.
It was that day and a blah, 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 and Paul Revere. And then
One
you could
candle.
tell his parents were just like really rich. And I hated that kid.
They could afford the book.
Yeah, everything. He probably went to speech camps.
Well, you know what? His message was a little more positive than yours.
He was coddled. I was telling the people the truth. Did you hear what George Clark told you about the waste of money and everything and how much? I was the Greta of my day, except I stayed in school.
Mostly.
Well, until I was 16. I mean, at that point,
Yeah,
I didn't take time off to go around the world
Greta
and
got-
advocate against the coming Concord.
I think, Greta may have gotten out of school before you, although she did it kind of on the side.
Did she ever go to school again? Well, there's no need to. She already had her occupation.
I took school inside the back of my penny farthing. My green penny farthing.
I don't even know.
Yeah, what is that?
Penny farthing.
A penny farthing is that weird bicycle with the big wheel in the front and the small one in the back.
I thought it was like currency.
Yes, me too.
I thought a penny farthing was currency, probably because of the word pennies in it, and that just fooled me. But I feel like now Autumn's wondering about herself because she didn't jump in and go, "You dummy."
No,
You're
I'm
an
letting you
idiot.
flounder. I know what it's called. It's called a penny farthing.
So she
Not
already,
Autumn Greta.
She already had her occupation.
I just called it the
Well,
stupid
once-
old-timey bike.
Yeah.
That stupid bike. How do you even get on that stupid thing?
Once you, is it the bike with the big wheel, the large wheel in the front?
Yeah, that's a.
Oh, okay.
You know the words I said where I said
Well, I
it's
know.
the big wheel?
Listen, I got to run this whole show. I'm thinking about the next thing, too. I'm sorry. I'm not going, every time Autumn speaks, I don't go crisscross applesauce and lean in.
Well, maybe you should.
I don't believe
Maybe
that.
you'd remember that
I
a
don't
penny
believe.
farthing is the big bicycle wheel thing.
I will forever now. Oh, it was our word of the day, too. Oh, what is our word of the day? Let's do the word
Let's
of
open the wad.
Word
Is
of
it
the
penny
day.
Autumn will like this one.
Unbosom.
Unbosom. Unbosom. Do I have to spell it?
Omnibus. Omnibus?
Unbosom. UNBOSOM. Unbosom is a verb. And it basically, if you think about it, it means what you would think it would mean. You get something off your chest, right? Unbosom, to unbosom. You
better unbosom that bra.
No, it's
Get
not
it off
that
your
kind.
chest.
It's not
Okay. Well, that would work, I guess.
It's to disclose in confidence, a secret, or something.
Unbosom your bosom.
You
It's
unbosom.
unbosom.
Excuse me. What can you have the lady there?
Yeah, let me find her here. Where is she?
Unbosom.
All right, you're gonna argue with her?
Bosom.
You're gonna argue? No, it's
Unbosom.
It's BOSOM. It's not bosom.
I know, but the U.
Unbosom.
There's no.
If that O after B was an sound, then it would be the schwa. It'd be the upside down E. But it's not.
Okay, but it's not. It's unbosom. That's what that lady said. This lady here.
No, listen. Get another person to say it.
Unbosom.
Unbosom.
Tim Andrews, say it.
Well, Tim did it.
Unbosom.
George.
Oh, I guess I'm wrong.
George.
Okay.
Unbosom.
Jared.
Unbosom.
It's 800 to 1.
Bosom.
Bosom.
No, that's not the word.
Bosom.
Now, this is not a shock jock radio show.
Bosom.
Bosom.
This is to unbosom, which is
Unbosom.
I think is good to learn the language. It's another way of saying getting it off your chest, and it makes sense. And you know the way the word of the day works, as the kids are calling it on the street, the WAD.
Yeah.
The word of the day.
What?
The way that it works is that the host has to use that word
Unbosom.
in a natural and organic sentence before 7 p.m. That is where we stand. Are we doing what we usually don't do? It's on every show. We say we're going to do What's the Buzz.
I think we do it. Why not?
Tell me what's happening.
Let's do it if we can. I think that George never believes we're going to do it.
What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening.
Come on, Eric. Tell us what's happening.
All right. Thank you, Ronnie.
Why should you want to know what you mind about the future?
Don't you try to understand?
Think ahead.
I thought it was think ahead because the
Save
next
tomorrow
for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Think about the day instead. The buzz. Tell me what's happening.
I
What's the
could give
buzz?
you facts and
There you go.
figures.
That's Ian Gillan from Deep Purple.
Even give you plans and forecasts.
That voice right there, that's Ian Gillan from Deep Purple.
That's me. I'm Ian Gillan.
You're portraying Ian Gillan.
Sure.
On bosom.
Why should you want to
So
know?
good.
Yeah, his voice was great back
Seems
then.
to me a strange thing.
And then they go,
Mystifying.
put away your swords. All right.
Listen to that.
Yeah, put it on. It's great. By the way, the movie doesn't do a whole lot for me because I think the guy in the movie that plays Judas is a good actor, but I like the voice of the Judas on the record much better. I like the way that he sings the opening song a lot better on the
I think
record.
it just depends on what you hear first, you know?
Yeah, but it's like when you listen to the Who, Tommy. And I love that song with the doctor. He seems to be completely
you don't like Jack Nicholson?
And then Jack Nicholson.
He
It's
seems
so
to be
melodic.
completely
It's like, he
unreceptive.
seems to be completely unreceptive. Like, no, it's a melodic song. He seems to be completely They should stop making movies out of musicals. Just put an end to it. I don't want to hear Steve Martin sing. I don't want to hear Jack Nicholson
Maxwell
sing.
Silverhammer is good.
There's no version of Maxwell Silverhammer that's good. Smiling Mark says there's a red alert on 285 in Clayton County.
285 is not moving live on the Jam Cam and hasn't moved for about 10 minutes, Eric. It's a crash on 285 eastbound. It's the outer loop between I-75 and Jonesboro Road. That's exit 55 and Highway 54. No traffic is moving there at the Clayton-Fulton County line as first responders tend to this injury crash. And 285 is really stacking up now. Eastbound delays almost back to Riverdale Road. If you're coming up I-85 out of Union City, just continue past the airport on I-85 northbound. If you're 75 north, again, continue into downtown. Don't get onto 285 east. Downtown is okay, filling up, though, on the connector leaving University Avenue up to Midtown. That's not the only 285 concern we're working. Veronica Rel, Cool Carrier Traffic Center.
Yeah, with a crash, 285 southbound, that inner loop at Highway 78, exit 39, it is gone, but still tough delays on 285 east and southbound between the Dunwoody area and Clarkston. The rest of 285 westbound and southbound on and off the brakes as you leave Georgia 400 and head down to I-20 on the west side. This report brought to you by Disney's The Lion King at the Fox Theater. Disney's The Lion King makes his triumphant return to the Fox Theater October 2nd through the 20th. Get tickets at BroadwayInAtlanta.com. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
On air,
Online,
on the app,
where you get your news,
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Thank you, Jesus.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Just enter the word at WSBradio.com or on the WSB radio app.
Your next chance to win is coming up at 5.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
On 95.5 WSB.
If you have COPD, here are some reasons to go see your pulmonologist again. 1. Those flare-ups you keep having, they have the chance to cause permanent lung damage. 2. We now know a certain type of inflammation can cause flare-ups for some people. And 3.
When can I see Grandma?
Need more reasons? Visit www.livewithcopd.com.
You love free, and at Ameris Bank, so do we. That's why we're proud to offer worry-free, hassle-free Ameris Bank free checking. Manage your money your way with convenient access to digital, mobile, and telephone banking, all with no monthly service fee or minimum balance requirements. At Ameris Bank, we're with you. For more information or to open an account, visit our local bankers in person or online at amerisbank.com/free checking. Other fees such as overdraft fees may apply. Ameris Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, this is Dr. Taylor from Be Day Younger You Atlanta. Yes, our patients lose up to 20 to 30 pounds their first month, but that's only part of the story because losing weight by itself doesn't make you healthy. Think about it. Skinny people have heart attacks. Skinny people have strokes. Skinny people get cancer. Why? Largely due in part to chronic inflammation over time. Weight loss through anti-aging addresses that. That's why our patients feel so much better from the get-go. And so many get to reduce or even come off of their medications. Because if you're doing it right, you should feel great. And if you're trying to lose weight and are having side effects, guess what? Those side effects can increase chronic inflammation and they may never go away. That's why they don't get to where they want to be. So if you want to look better, feel better, and have better labs, go to BeTheYoungerYouATL.com. That's BeTheYoungerYouATL.com, or call 770-415-3000. 770-415-3000. That's 770-415-3000.
Joan was quizzical, studied metaphysical science.
McCartney wrote this because he wanted to put the word pataphysical into a song. That's true.
He had a word of the day.
Yeah, pataphysical, which was a book. The concept, look it up really fast. It's notional. It's not a real thing. It's a type of physics that's not real, but through the mind or something. And he read it. Somebody wrote a book. It had that word in it.
Intricate and whimsical nonsense intended as a parody of science.
There you go. And he saw the word pataphysical. It's like, well, I want to write a song with it in it, and then we have to endure the rest of the song.
Did they hate it, the Beatles?
I think they did, but they hated it because he made them do it so many times.
Oh.
Like 50 times, and George Harrison was like, he thought he was going to have a hit. It was never going to be a hit, and it was just like everybody knew it, and it's just like over and over and over and over, and it's the worst song on the album.
Best of something.
Is it not the worst song on the album, Autumn?
I guess.
A great album, Abbey Road. If it was not on there.
It is so goofy. And then, yeah.
I
leads
love it.
into
What about Her Majesty?
Darling, which is so cool.
Here's the thing. Okay, now that we're talking about this. So I've noticed this about the album Abbey Road, and on YouTube, you know, people who go over albums like, oh, we're hearing it for the first time, you know, those kind of things. And
Those fake things?
yeah, a lot of them are fake. A lot of them are fake.
I can't watch them now without really.
Yeah,
trying
I
to
don't
see if
believe,
it's
because
fake.
the thing is, like, you know, this is only, a lot of times, like, this is only the 5th Beatles song we've ever listened to. I love the other 4. Who doesn't go check out the rest of the, like, how do you love 4 songs from a band and then think, well, if we ever do another one, I'll listen to it, but if we don't do another, like, have you ever heard 3 songs that you loved by a band and you didn't go check out some other song by that band?
Unpopular opinion. So there is a new band that I discovered a couple weeks ago called Another, and they are actually it's electronic, but it also has band incorporated. Yeah. I like 4 of their songs, and believe it or not, I have not gone any further than that. But I like it. So I know it's
so. What
it's
this
very
leads
early.
to? What this leads to? And I can handle it. People, you tune in. Some people like it. Some people don't. But when these younger folk, and by young I mean anybody under 40. At this point in my life, but when they listen to Abbey Road, they listen to side 2 and they break down every song as if it's its own thing. So it's like it'll be like polythene pant. Well, that wasn't much. What is that about? And it's like nobody is.
No, side B is basically an entire song.
Yeah, you have to nobody tells these people. No, you don't. You judge the whole side. It's done as a side. It's actually 2 medleys. You don't, well, that song was only 60 seconds long. What the hell's going on there? Well, it doesn't seem like it. And it's just sort of like, this will never, ever be rectified. People will be, I don't know. I don't like that 17th song. It's only 30 seconds long.
I have people on TikTok who I'm watching these videos. They're breaking down Ringo's drum parts in Something, and that's such a slow song, but you don't think about how amazing his drumming is to push that along.
Let me just say,
Paul's drumming?
No, it's not Paul's drumming. Paul did
because
not
it's
drum.
left-handed.
No, it's It's first of all, it's not. Paul drummed on 4 Beatles songs.
Yeah.
None of them were on Abbey Road.
Okay.
What? I don't know how to respond to that. I'm giving you facts.
I'm just trying to rally you up.
Young people reviewing the Beatles, this is Ringo's time, because while it was going on, he's the only one that doesn't write great songs, so he's the lesser Beatle. And his drums weren't stepping out to people. On these young people listen to the Beatles for the first time, Ringo is the one that usually stands out. Like, what is this drumming? What is this kind of pattern? I haven't heard this before. So actually, it's the Utes of today.
Hey, the Utes.
The Utes are finally giving Ringo his due. Something, Rain. There's plenty of examples.
Rain's good.
Strawberry Fields Forever. Just break down the drumming in that. No, this is not a Beatles YouTube channel, but as long as it's going to come up, I'm going to take my chance to argue that Ringo Starr is the most important Beatle.
You're a Ringo apologist. Just admit it. You're a Ringo apologist.
I'm saying he's the most important Beatle.
I like it.
Without Ringo, you don't have the Beatles.
You
the
know what?
acting,
If you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for something.
Do you have a plot for help if there's no Ringo?
Oh,
I guess
Jim!
not,
oh,
you
Jim,
know?
the drummer's wearing his ring got stolen.
He lost his shoes. I can't find him nowheres.
I don't know how we got off on all that. I feel like we opened up a.
What's the buzz?
We're just trying not to do what's the buzz again.
That's
Is that
what
what's
it
going
is.
on?
Tell me what's happening.
See is that the real music, or are you just?
Yes, that is the music.
Listen to these drums.
I know, it's so good. Turn it up.
Well, people say there are no Beatles without Ringo. That being said, I kind of wish I hadn't made these plans next week to be at this Wednesday concert
He's
in
looking
New York
forward
City.
to seeing you.
I can't wait to see you.
Are you gonna be nice to me?
No autographs.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Smile. Oh, but first you want to give these away. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
start
sorry.
your music. Why not?
Once I start talking about the Beatles, I get rattled. All right, 2 tickets to see Pentatonics on Wednesday, December 4th at Gas South Arena. Be caller number 10 to 404-872-0750. Tickets are on sale right now at Ticketmaster.com. Spotted Mark says there's a red alert on the southeast perimeter.
I-285 eastbound shut down with a crash right before Jonesboro Road, Highway 54, exit 55. Traffic is not moving now between exit 60 Riverdale Road past the I-75 interchange. Do not get caught in these backups. Go ahead and take 85 north. Continue on 85 north out of Union City past the airport. 75, don't make the mistake of going on to 285 east. Come on into downtown where Andrew Seco has you covered.
Well, right now, seeing the worst of it heading north and south through the heart of downtown. The connector's looking really bad right now, 75, 85 north and south. You are slowing and going on those brakes. Both directions from Langford Parkway up to 17th Street. And we were dealing with a brush fire, 20 westbound at Langhorne Street, exit 54. Looks like they're picking the cones out of the right lane, and those delays are thinning out quite nicely. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Air. Get a new AC system and pay nothing until 2025. Visit reliableair.com and schedule a free consultation. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
You enjoy doing DIY projects around your home, like painting the walls. But how do you fix sagging floors, and why are they sagging to begin with? Dave Baker here for AquaGuard Foundation Solutions. You know, fixing the why is more important than fixing the what. AquaGuard certified field inspectors will come out and explain what's happening to your floors and help you with a solution that fits your budget. Visit aquaguard.net for your free inspection now. AquaGuard Foundation Solutions. There's a reason they're the trusted local experts. Just remember, AquaGuard.
All my life I wore contacts with no problems, and a few years ago my reading gave out and I started having to wear reading glasses. After a while I got frustrated and I went to see Dr. Ashraf regarding my options. Instead of LASIK, I opted for laser optics procedure. Believe me, this is amazing. Most of my day I do not use any glasses, even for reading. As an added bonus, my insurance covered most of the cost.
Hi, this is Dr. Ashraf of the Atlanta Vision Institute. I'm proud to be one of the first physicians to offer the laser optics procedure. This procedure uses LASIK technology to improve your distance vision, but also helps to restore your reading vision. As a matter of fact, most of my patients are able to read a menu or see their phones without the need for reading glasses. So if you can relate to Bill's frustrations, come see me and see if you're a candidate for the laser optics procedure.
If you would like to learn more about the procedure and find out if you're covered by insurance, visit Atlanta2020.com. That's Atlanta2020.com.
Selling your home is full of catch-22s. Do you pay for upgrades like new flooring and fresh paint to sell for more, or put that money towards your dream home? With Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, you can do both. Get more money for your current home and put more money down on your new one. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler. Here's how it works. Orchard makes you an impressive backup cash offer for your old home. That unlocks cash for you to buy and move into your new home. Next, your Orchard team handles the repairs and upgrades on your old home at no upfront cost. Then, your local Orchard agent lists, shows, and sells your home on the market. One customer said, quote, "Orchard sold my home for far more than I expected, and I got a golf cart," unquote. Home selling doesn't have to be a catch-22. With Orchard, get expert guidance and top dollar for your home. Visit Orchard.com and start with your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Hey Atlanta, it's Patrick, owner of Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Only Zero Res can get your home insanely clean and refreshed for fall. Take advantage of our 20th anniversary sale and get 20% off carpets, air ducts, area rugs, and more. That's right, 20% off your next cleaning when you mention WSB Radio. This deal won't last long. Use code 20OFF at ZeroResAtlanta.com. Zero Res, spell it backwards or forwards, it's the right way to clean.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios. News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
Hi there, good afternoon. It is 4:30. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. A red alert in Forest Park on 285 eastbound. It is impacting your drive. So let's go straight to Mark McKay up over it this afternoon.
It has been a mess between Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, Sabrina, and the I-75 region. It's all shut down due to an injury crash on 285 eastbound, the outer loop, Highway 54, Jonesboro Road, exit 55. It's been shut down for about 30 minutes now. Outer loop delays back at Riverdale Road, exit 60, means heading into downtown, whether you're on I-75 north out of Morrow or I-85 northbound out of Union City. Sabrina?
All right, thank you very much, Mark. And your weather this evening is going to be nice, warm. It's going to even warm up more as we head towards the weekend. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards will have Atlanta Radio's most accurate and dependable forecast straight ahead. All right, as you make your way home this afternoon, a campaign in support of a massive transit overhaul in Cobb County is getting underway.
Supporters of the so-called M-SPLOST, a 30-year 1-cent sales tax to fund a variety of transportation projects, argue the project is needed to support the growing county. Cobb Business Alliance Chairman Greg Teague.
If we continue to grow, which we all want to continue to grow, we want to see those jobs, we want to see people come in, it's just going to make that congestion even more pronounced. So what we're providing with this is an option.
Opponents argue the plan is too expensive and doesn't cover the whole county. Voters will have the final say in November. In Cobb County, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
All right, new this afternoon, citing a wide range of operational failures in the modernization of the Postal Service, Georgia Senator John Ossoff is introducing the Postmaster General Reform Act.
The role of the Postmaster General should be term limited and bound by 5-year terms in order to ensure that there is accountability to the United States Senate.
And right now, the Postmaster General is appointed by a board of governors. Ossoff calls the current Postmaster General, Louis DeJoy, incompetent. The Federal Reserve cut interest rates today, and it was more than what was expected, 0.5 percentage point. Consumer advisor Clark Howard.
This is really great news on money you owe, and it's really not great news on money that you save.
Now, this was the first cut in 4 years. Wall Street is closing with stocks lower. At the closing bell, the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell by 103 points to 41,503. The S&P 500 dropped by 16 points at 5618, and the NASDAQ lost about 54 points. All right, it's been a long day. You're thinking about a drink after work. Sound pretty good, maybe a glass of wine? Well, the new report from the American Association for Cancer Research has among its important highlights data that excessive alcohol consumption, 2 or more drinks per day, increases the risk for head, neck, esophageal, stomach, breast, and colorectal cancer specifically. Duke University Dr. Michael Pignon was involved in crafting this report.
The importance of identifying and reducing excessive alcohol use as a cancer risk.
Now, there were mixed opinions, though, from those in the know on whether one glass of wine a day is good or bad in the long run. And let's take another look at the markets. Again, we're in the red. They closed down today, all down as the Federal Reserve lowered interest rates. So the Dow is down 103, closing down 103, NASDAQ closing down 54, and the S&P down 16. All right, live team coverage of traffic and weather. I want to go back to Mark McKay with a look at the roads.
And still no change on the red alert, Sabrina. We've had it shut down for over 30 minutes. The 285 eastbound route between I-75 and I-675. Injury crash shutting down 285 eastbound at Jonesboro Road, Highway 54, exit number 55. The delays almost now back to I-85. Continue that northbound trek on Highway 54, 1941, I-75, and on I-85 past Hartsfield into a slow downtown connector that starts at University Avenue. Take it up to Midtown. East side perimeter is terrible. We'll have to issue a travel advisory between Doraville and Clarkston due to a long-standing left lane crash on 285 southbound, the inner loop at Highway 78, exit 39. Veronica Rel, Courier Carrier Traffic Center.
Right now, Northeast Ride getting better for you. Crash is cleared. 85 northbound at Jimmy Carter Boulevard, exit 99. It was in the HOT lane. Delays stretch back before 285. Get past that, you're going to be on and off the brakes as you get to Indian Trail, and a few brake lights later on. 85 northbound as you approach 985. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. The clouds rolling out for this evening, lows tonight in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, sunshine, high 88. Friday, mostly sunny, high 87.
And as we take a look at WSB Storm Tracker radar, just a few showers up around the Gainesville, Blairsville area. Here in Midtown Atlanta, we have 81 degrees. It's 79 in Athens. Lilburn has partly cloudy skies and 80 degrees, and it's 81 in College Park. We'll have more news at 5 o'clock, breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
We weren't planning on selling our home, but our family's needs changed. I'm Caitlin, and selling our home with a guaranteed offer from Marks Bain Real Estate was the best decision we made for our family. With over 11,000 five-star reviews, I had peace of mind knowing I could trust Marks Bain Real Estate to sell our home fast and for more than we were asking. If you're preparing to move, check out Marks Bain Real Estate's guaranteed offer. Go to marksbain.com and see what their guaranteed offer would be on your home. There's no obligation. That's marksbain.com and start packing.
Hit by a delivery truck? SteelHorseLaw.com, specializing in motorcycle accidents with trucks.
Shane Company knows shopping for diamonds is a big deal. We've been servicing Atlanta for nearly 50 years, so we know exactly how to help you find your dream engagement ring. At Shane Company, we work with your budget. Choose from our beautiful hand-picked diamonds and gemstones. Select a setting, then add an engraving. It's that easy. Your ring also comes with a free lifetime warranty. Atlanta, this is our promise to you. Come check out one of our 3 local stores, Duluth, Alpharetta, or Kennesaw. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
The Fed is signaling the interest rates could come back down in September. Now's the time to call MyLend. This is Scott Slade. It's a great time to get your application in line and ready for when the rates do drop. MyLend has several loan programs to help you access the equity in your home. And many of MyLend's clients are using their equity to consolidate debts or make home improvements. Whether it's a kitchen or a basement remodel, MyLend can show you the best way to use your equity to your advantage. When you involve something as important as your home, you want the best local company to work with. That's why I choose MyLend. MyLend's helped thousands of Atlanta homeowners just like you save the most amount of money with their mortgage. In fact, their average customer saves over $700 a month. Call MyLend, 770-817-2000, 770-817-2000, or online at mylend.com, spelled it M-I-L-E-N-D. NMLS and Georgia Mortgage Licensee 148769, located at 8995 Westside Parkway, Alpharetta, Georgia 30009. MyLend is an equal housing lender.
All right, congratulations to Casey Reed of Ball Ground. I've never been to Ball Ground.
It's nice.
There better be a lot of green spaces, otherwise it's going to seem like, you don't want to go to a place called Ball Ground to see a lot of concrete.
No.
Lots of balls.
Balls on the ground are fine.
Mm-hmm.
Just got to watch where you're walking.
Got an amazing baseball team up there in Ball Ground.
Well, they would. They've got a natural advantage.
Basketballs, too.
Casey, was it Casey?
Casey Reed.
That's a radio name.
Casey
Reed.
Casey Reed in the morning coming at you. We got traffic, weather, traffic.
Live from Ball Ground, Georgia. Casey won 2 tickets to see Pentatonics on Wednesday, December 4th at Gas South Arena. Tickets are on sale right now at Ticketmaster.com. We opened up.
Put in my code Casey Reed 15 for 15% off.
That's right.
That's K.C.
Pet Box.
Casey Reed.
Pet Box. We send you a new pet every month. All right. We said we're going to do What's the Buzz, so let's not let people down.
Yeah, and this is from the Doing It.
No, this is how I'm supposed to go. I'm supposed to go. Jared, what's the buzz? Tell me what's happening.
From the Doing It section of dig.com.
Doing it. Yeah.
Americans in Oklahoma, Kentucky, and Texas are having the best sex in the United States. Georgia ranks 9th.
I see this, yeah. Oklahoma?
That's right.
You know, what does the word best mean? Okay, so
quickest.
Are we saying, there's a lot of elements here. Frequency.
The one without feelings.
There's frequency. There's level of passion. There's a lot of different things that go into
I'm looking at the methodology from naplap.com.
I'm sure green spaces are involved. Naplap?
Yeah, Naplap. Here it is.
Naplap.
The methodology is so small. Look, this is how I know I'm getting old here. I can't even read it. We're asked 2 questions.
Gilbert Gottfried, he was fired. He was fired by them for some kind of rude
told all
joke.
those jokes.
Yeah. Naplap.
A hurricane or something.
Naplap.
Or a tsunami, maybe.
On a scale of 1, here were the 2 questions. That
So is this is this done by some sort of sex toy company? Is that what NapLap is?
I'm not sure what NapLab is.
You know, we're the
It's
sex researchers at NapLap.
It says
Ooh,
here.
it sounds like another version of like Sleep Creep.
Yeah, it does.
It's a mattress company.
By the way, well, there's 2 ways you can take NapLap, by the way.
NapLab.
One is you
Lab,
can fall
LAB.
asleep there,
Oh,
or
lab.
LAB. Nap. You guys are saying
I thought
lab.
you were saying
NapLab. Lab.
Oh, well, perhaps you did not articulate it properly,
NapLab.
since we all heard
Well, it's a
NapLab.
strange way to say it. NapLab.
Making mattresses make sense. That's their tagline.
Yeah, it sounds like politicians.
They're not even a mattress company. They're a mattress research company.
Oh, yeah.
This one's springy.
Yeah, and you know what? That foam doesn't have memory. Well, come on.
You get a free black light
I
with every
know
order.
what you did last night.
I know the foam has too much of a memory.
It smells giving me memories.
She's like, my memory foam. That's not your wife. Hey, you're not supposed to have that good of a memory.
My pillow wouldn't do that.
Memory foam.
Mike
Memory
Lindell's
foam.
pillow would do that.
we got a better mattress than you. Look, it's got no memory.
Memory foam. I heard what you were saying last night. You were talking in your sleep. You're not supposed to remember that.
It's
I
a
don't even
smart
remember
bed.
Did I tell you that before we get into it? Did I tell you this? Was it last week? I think I did. Sometimes I don't know if I say it on the air. Did I tell you about the thing where my wife heard me talking in my sleep?
No, you did
So
not
I was,
say this.
I remember the dream, and I woke up. It's just I remember the dream. I just don't remember what it was about. But I remember in the dream pushing my voice to be like I don't know why. I have no idea why. I don't know if I felt like I was under attack or I have no idea. But I do remember in the dream having to push my voice like but then I wake up hours later and my wife's like, yeah, you were like and I said, I remember that, but I have no memory. Like I remember the point in the dream that I did it, but I have no memory as to why. And I said, well, did I keep on? I said, first of all, just wake me up. I know you have to do it gently, but just wake me up. Obviously, if somebody's screaming or something like that, it's not a good dream.
No.
They probably would enjoy being awakened at that time, even though I don't remember exactly what it was. But she said, but then she did try to talk to me, but then I sounded totally demonic. Like,
Scary.
You're possessed.
Apparently, I had no idea. So I guess I have Beelzebub in me, and I'm going to have to pay for it by burning for eternity. But it's not my fault. I was just sleeping.
Let him out.
Now, wait,
unbosom yourself.
I need to. I need to unbosom myself from my dreaming nightmares.
Unbosom.
Does that work? I don't know if that works.
Dreaming nightmares.
Well, yeah. Except
redundant.
sometimes you have.
little
You've never had
redundant.
nightmares while you're awake.
No.
I have.
Yes, right now.
Am I?
Wow.
Are we awake? No idea.
I don't know. The whole world is not real. It's all a hologram.
Yeah, it's all. You don't have to worry about it. Yeah, I was thinking about this earlier. I wish.
I tried to tell Pete about that, and he was like, "What?"
Yeah, he's 8.
Yeah.
You might want to wait.
Can I have my iPad?
Yeah.
All right, okay, go ahead. Watch Blue's Clues. I was just trying. Maybe I might have got ahead of you.
Mama's got her happy juice.
What is the 8-year-old shows? Is he past Blue's Clues? I don't even know. Is that like when you're
Blue's
2?
Clues isn't around.
Oh, whatever. Bluey or whatever.
Bluey?
Yeah. Yeah. Is that,
Have you watched Bluey with your grandkids?
No.
I've watched it recently, like every day.
Bluey is amazing.
Well, fine, but I don't. No, I mean the grandkids come over. Usually, it's we're by the pool doing stuff. We're not watching TV.
You're not watching Bluey?
I mean, the oldest is 2.5, barely. I mean, he's almost 3. October will be 3.
Oh, that's a good age for Bluey. It's fine.
What
is Bluey political?
No.
No. Okay.
Does
they're very anti-Middle Eastern war.
Yeah, I think somebody needs to speak up. These kids need to know we don't always have to be in these forever wars.
It'd be nice if they did that.
They're having the best sex in Oklahoma. Why do I find that difficult?
Well,
they're working hard. They're out there. They're shucking the corn or whatever.
You know
They get
what?
home,
The tornadoes in the distance. They
Yeah.
got to get one in before they die.
Hurry up!
I mean, the methodology.
We're alone. We're alone in this farmhouse with no trees for 5 miles.
The methodology
We're
from
screwed.
From NapLab says that they literally asked the respondents 2 questions. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you score your sex life? And the second question was, in which state do you live in? So that's
not
it.
enough. Okay, so if I live in Oklahoma and I've never left Oklahoma, then I have nothing that I can compare it to. You got to have that one weekend in New York City that you can compare it to.
What
I
about
feel
that
like
hooker
there's
in Dallas?
Yeah.
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 There's less opportunity to slut it up.
Yeah, yeah. In Oklahoma, everybody just marries their high school sweetheart, and then
Yeah.
they just think, oh, this is the greatest ever, because they don't have any idea.
I guess this is good. I ain't never got nothing
Yeah.
from it,
Yeah,
but he
that's-
seems to enjoy himself, so I
seems
guess
to-
it's a 10.
Yeah, Tulsa Tim's never left Tulsa before.
I ain't leaving.
You ain't allowed to leave. You're on parole.
That's fine. If I got I can still have sex with my ankle
Yeah.
monitor. Not the
told.
monitor, but with it on.
I like.
Is that why it's all sticky?
Shut up.
I like Oklahoma lady here. I like her. Well, I don't know. I don't get much out of it, but they say that it's good. So yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
they just
I don't
get
know.
on there and do their thing. They seem to have a good time, so
She always takes my 50.
We don't know Oklahoma accents, do we?
They're southern, sort
Is it southern?
Well, but kind of mixture with Midwest.
But it's
though.
kind of the West, really.
It's
Oklahoma.
like,
is-
But it's close enough to
Oklahoma,
Texas, yeah.
Arkansas, maybe?
I don't really think of
Arkansas.
Texas as the South. I know that it is, but it just to me
What?
it's an outlier. It's
Hey,
just
but-
kind
but
of
they're
its
part
own
of-
nation.
Hold on, they're part of the SEC now, so now they are part of the South.
Oh, is
No,
that
no, they're-
is it the
they're the
football
South.
alliances? Is
The
what
football
they
alliances
settles
say
it?
that Texas
well,
and Oklahoma
first of
are
all,
part
they
of the
fought.
South.
They fought on the side of the Confederacy.
That counts.
makes them the South. I
Yeah.
understand that, but just to
Yeah,
me,
not culturally the South.
in my mind, I don't think. I just think of them as kind of Midwest.
They're their own thing.
They're closer to like Midwestern, like casserole South.
Yeah.
Where we're like soul food South.
Gotcha. I also think it's such a big state that if you're over on one side of the state, you feel like you're Western, and if you're close to Arkansas, you feel like you're in the South. It's such a large state.
It's too big.
It is too big.
Break it up.
Break it up.
Let's
As
give
long as
some
we're gonna,
back to Mexico.
you know, while we're
No,
we don't.
No,
We
they have
stole
oil.
the land
Although,
from
hold
Mexico.
on. That would solve the immigration problem.
Well, they're taking it back themselves. It's fine.
So, hey, let me, and they have oil, a little
Wow.
wealth. We can trade with them.
Hey, I think I just stumbled upon a pretty good idea.
Well, if you had a pretty good idea, chances are you stumbled upon it. Smiling Mark says there's hotter
Shots
news. Smiling Mark says there's better
news.
Oh, you do not. You have
How
to close
dare
that.
you.
Is that an H?
How?
Is that an H
That
or
is
a
a
B?
B.
That's an H.
Smiling Mark says there's hotter news on 285 in Forest Park.
Let's not wish for that. We don't want any car fires or anything else. We want the news that folks have been stuck on 285 now almost an hour between I-75 and I-675. The better news that they need is that we've got some lanes open. It was a crash that had all lanes blocked. Now 2 left lanes knocked out. At least 2 right lanes are open at the crash scene on 285 eastbound. The outer loop at Jonesboro Road, Highway 54, exit 55, but it is jammed. The outer loop is on the south side all the way back to I-85 in South Fulton County. Just flew over the crash that lingered here in DeKalb County, 285 southbound the inner loop and Highway 78. That is cleared on the left lane, but the inner loop delays back toward Dunwoody and the perimeter mall region. Andrew Seco, Blu-ray Carrier Traffic Center.
Seeing the worst of I-20 inbound out of Lithia Springs. Got some brake lights approaching the perimeter. They catch you as you pass Thornton Road, and you are slowing and going all the way to that 285 interchange. We are smooth sailing inside the perimeter, but you do have some stoppage either side as you merge north and south on the connector, and a little bit of a stoppage point inbound from Stonecrest. We are slowing and going from Panola Road all the way to Wesley Chapel Road, exit 68. This report sponsored by Whole Foods Markets. Shop organics and on sale at Whole Foods Market. Save on organic heirloom tomatoes through September 24th. While supplies last, shop in store online. Terms apply. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
News breaks.
Secret Service identified the direction and the shooter.
We'll keep you up to date with the emerging details.
And an AK-style weapon was
And
used.
what it all means to you.
The Trump campaign says the former president is safe.
Check back throughout your day. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At Superior Pro, we've painted over 100,000 Atlanta homes. If you want to bring life back to your home or get rid of outdated colors, leave it to the experts and get a free design consultation at SuperiorPro.com.
The pros to know. 365 days of the year, just call us up. We'll be right there. Service guaranteed. When it's too hot to wait, call 678-SHOEMAKE.
At Cigna Healthcare, we're designing a better way for you to get better care. And that starts with being there to support you around the clock. When you call or text, we'll always answer with 24/7 access to mental health clinicians, and we'll call you too. With a 100% follow-up rate to make sure you have everything you need. Whatever works best for you, works best for us. We're really just here to help you get better. That's better by design. Learn more at Cigna.com/better.
Retirement doesn't have to be complicated. Are you sick of all the fancy charts and investment mumbo-jumbo thrown at you to justify the Wall Street fees you're being charged? It's not the size of your nest egg that matters, but rather the income it can produce. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons, best-selling author and star in a brand new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception. In this film, we traveled over 20,000 miles interviewing real Americans who have retired successfully with a great lifestyle and peace of mind. They share their stories on how they get more retirement income with the same dollar saved, and the money is never at risk if the market crashes. That's right, if the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even the super wealthy are shifting money into this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you are over 50 and want a bigger, better, stress-free retirement, call to talk to a specialist and get a free copy of this brand new movie, The Retirement Deception. 888-471-3896. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you get it completely free. So don't delay. Call 888-471-3896. Again, that's 888-471-3896.
We buy any car. Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because selling it yourself can be, well, you know.
Okay, I'll give you half now.
And?
No, and just half.
What? Avoid the hassle. Come to We Buy Any Car instead. Get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price.
Yeah, I can't do half. I could probably bump it up to like 50%.
Just go.
Okay.
Get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
From the day we quote you upfront pricing to the day we finish, you'll really like our process and love the way your home looks. Hi, I'm Scott Nelson, owner of Nelson Exteriors. We're the siding and window experts on the Home Fix-It show, but we offer a lot more. Painting, roofing, decks, doors, and gutters, all with unmatched quality and craftsmanship. Even the small details are a big deal to us. We're licensed and insured, and we make every step of your renovation as enjoyable as the outcome. Google Nelson Exteriors.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, postnasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
All right, Jared, just keep it rolling along. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening.
People are buzzing that Emily in Paris has been renewed for season 5.
Who cares?
This is the real Collins, by the way, Lily Collins.
Yeah, well,
Phil Collins.
You saw the last Genesis tour. There appears to only be one left, Lily.
Apparently, this new season is going to be not only in Paris,
my
but
wife
also in
told
Rome.
me she's going to Rome now. And I said, "Oh, goody."
Why don't they call it Lily in Rome then?
I said, "Goody." I said, "Honey, I'm so excited about that. I'm so excited about that, honey." I said, "You just tell me about how that went."
Why don't you watch it with her?
After you want. You know what? I came across about 10 minutes of Emily in Paris as I was going to sleep about 2 weeks ago, and it was just one scene. She and a friend were in different canoes or something, and they were in the middle of a pond, and they were jousting verbally. And my first thought, no, you can't. It's out of context. It's one scene.
Yeah.
But this show is so popular, I thought that usually I'd be like, oh, this is interesting. And it seemed seemed like bad acting to me. It was just one scene, but I didn't find it to be believable. But then I'm not watching it, and it seemed very kind of soap opera-y to me, which isn't my thing. But I could be wrong. I saw one scene.
It's trying to be a Sex in the City for Gen Z and millennials, but it's there's not enough.
I think you just made one of the mistakes that a lot of people make.
What is that?
I think that you said Sex in the City.
What was I supposed to say? Sex and the City, excuse me.
Well, it's a difference. It's a difference. It's not called Sex in the City. It's called
Sex
Sex
seen
and
one
the
episode
City.
of Sex in and
you know
the
what?
City.
You know what?
And
I knew it, and I've never seen a minute of that show. But I do know how to read.
Can't believe Big died.
Spoiler!
Oh, was that the guy from? I know enough about it. Was that the guy from the Cop Show, Jimmy
From
Smits?
Law and Order. No,
Yeah.
it was Peter or Christopher Noth.
That's right.
Wasn't he on the cop show?
He's on one of
The
those.
different cop show.
Lawyer,
Oh, okay.
cops. You know.
Some sort of cop show.
He was on the original Law and Order, and
Yeah.
then Jimmy Smits was on NYPD Blue.
Gotcha. I get them all confused. I didn't watch any, except for Law and Order. You could really fall into a marathon of those.
Oh
things.
yeah, until Christopher Maloney leaves SVU, and then all the testosterone's gone.
Well, I don't know.
I've never
I don't
seen
like
a second of any of those shows.
Really? You've never seen? You've never. Listen, if you have one of those days where it's like
Yeah.
Haagen-Dazs and tears and sitting on the couch, a Law and Order marathon is just perfect.
They still air
It's
on like.
well, it's just like any cable that's like they're not a real network and they're waiting for somebody to buy them. They'll just like play Law and Order all day long. There's so many of those channels out there now where
there
on
are.
cable because it's dying.
I mean, even just over the air now. Like I don't have cable, for example, but when you search and scan your
You get a
antenna,
loan? You all right?
I would love one.
You get a loan?
I get 120 channels over the air by myself.
Yeah, but how many of them
Oh,
are the?
oh, they're-
This
that's-
is the 1958 channel. All shows from 1958 over and over and over again.
Some channels
awesome,
are
actually.
very bad.
That would be awesome for a couple of days. What is this?
Autumn in Rome. I figured.
Oh,
since we're going to Rome and with Emily.
Unbosom.
In Rome.
In Rome.
Smiling Mark is over heavy police activity on 20 in DeKalb.
Yep, we see a lot of flashing lights down below DeKalb Police. Several DeKalb Police cruisers in two right lanes here, inbound on I-20 West past Candler Road, exit 65. Get to your right if you're leaving 285, heading into downtown Atlanta. West side perimeter travel advisory on the inner loop 285 northbound. Crash reported to be, and from traffic trooper Andy, who told us about it, in two right lanes northbound at Cascade Road, exit 7. Still a big mess on 285 below Hartsfield, Veronica Ralph.
Yeah, but it's trying to get a little bit better, but you are right. It is jammed up. Still dealing with that crash, 285 eastbound the outer loop over at Jonesboro Road, exit 55. Now only the two left lanes are blocked, but your delay stretch way back out to the airport. Think about using I-85 out of Union City or I-75 out of Clayton County to avoid all of that. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Air. Get a new AC system and pay nothing until 2025. Visit reliableair.com and schedule a free consultation. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Dave Baker here for Air Quality Systems. You know them, my air duct cleaning experts. Okay, so here's the deal on why you should have your air ducts cleaned. I can sum it up in about 5 words. Gunk gets in your ductwork. Either it's outside air gunk like pollen, or it's condensation from having a very hot summer, which can create mold, or it's pet hair, or it's bugs and critters making a nest. It's all gunk. And it's not healthy to breathe. That's why you need Air Quality Systems. They will come to your house and clean all that gunk out of your ductwork. That's all they do. They won't wash your siding. They won't clean your carpet. They'll just clean your ducts to the same standards using the same process that they use to clean at UGA, at Children's Healthcare, and at other major hospitals in the metro area. You'll get upfront, all-in pricing over the phone, and your ducts will be clean, providing you with cleaner air to breathe and adding years to the life of your HVAC equipment. Simply go to airqualitysystems.com and breathe easy. That's airqualitysystems.com.
All my life I wore contacts with no problems, and a few years ago my reading gave out and I started having to wear reading glasses. After a while I got frustrated and I went to see Dr. Ashraf regarding my options. Instead of LASIK, I opted for laser optics procedure. Believe me, this is amazing. Most of my day I do not use any glasses, even for reading. As an added bonus, my insurance covered most of the cost.
Hi, this is Dr. Ashraf of the Atlanta Vision Institute. I'm proud to be one of the first physicians to offer the laser optics procedure. This procedure uses LASIK technology to improve your distance vision, but also helps to restore your reading vision. As a matter of fact, most of my patients are able to read a menu or see their phones without the need for reading glasses. So if you can relate to Bill's frustrations, come see me and see if you're a candidate for the laser optics procedure.
If you would like to learn more about the procedure and find out if you're covered by insurance, visit Atlanta2020.com. That's Atlanta2020.com.
For over 16 years, Matt's Exteriors has transformed homes across Atlanta. Whether you need a new roof, beautiful siding, or energy-efficient windows, our team delivers top-quality results that you can trust. As a James Hardie and GAF Elite Preferred contractor, they install only the best products with industry-leading warranties. Matt's Exteriors is fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind. Discover why over 10,000 homeowners have chosen them for their home exterior projects. Visit mattsexteriors.com today to book your free consultation.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or Canada Dry. Select varieties are just $4.99 each with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
WSB Atlanta, WSB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
Hi there, it's 5 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Sabrina Cupid. Hope you had a great day at work. This news sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. All right, our top story concerns you and your money. The Federal Reserve today cut interest rates, the first time that's happened in 4 years. WSB's Steve Summers is joining us live now with more on how much those rates were cut and what this actually means for you and me. Steve?
Yeah, Sabrina, the Fed made a pretty substantial cut, 0.5%. That was the choice, 0.5% or 0.25%. They went with more. Fed Chair Jerome Powell says the time was right for that.
Inflation has eased substantially from a peak of 7% to an estimated 2.2% as of August.
But the rate cut doesn't necessarily mean you will pay less to borrow money. Kennesaw State University economics professor Roger Tutterow says loans for cars and credit card interest might be affected a little over time, but as far as mortgages?
A lot of the interest rates that consumers deal with, such as mortgage rates, aren't directly tied to the federal funds rate.
He says mortgage rates for homes are down a bit, but don't expect that today's cut to have any real impact on that. Now, here's some good news. The Fed today signaled that there would be maybe a half a dozen more of these rate cuts, maybe more like 0.25% over successive meetings that they have into next year. Meantime, as we all know, prices remain high for food, rent, gas, the things we need to live. Reporting live, Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
All right, your overnight low is going to dip into the 60s and then warmer as you head towards the weekend. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards will have Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up in just a matter of minutes. As you are getting in the car and driving home, if your drive takes you through or to Cobb County, this might be of interest to you. Supporters of a major transit overhaul in Cobb have kicked off their campaign today.
Voters will decide in November whether to approve a 30-year 1-cent sales tax to fund the transportation projects. Cobb Business Alliance Chairman Greg Teague says they are leading the effort for the MSPLOST.
We see this as that next step to be able to have that connection between our business community, our workers, so that we can continue to attract those high-quality jobs.
He says the plan offers new options for the growing county, but opponents say it's too expensive and it won't provide those options to everyone. In Cobb County, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
From Cobb to Gwinnett County now, where they've taken a major step forward in the plan to redevelop Duluth's Gwinnett Place Mall.
County commissioners voted this week in favor of a $16 million agreement to buy 2 Macy's buildings and 23 surrounding acres of the almost entirely vacant mall. They spent $23 million 3 years ago to acquire 39 acres of the 90-acre site. The county's planning to redevelop the once popular area into a mixed-use development featuring housing, stores, and restaurants. That mall first opened back in 1984. Austin Eller, 95.5 WSB.
Well, a Lawrenceville man's been indicted on more than a dozen counts of Medicaid and identity fraud. The state attorney general's office says 45-year-old Everell Johnson used his company, National Healthcare Center, to submit fraudulent claims for genetic testing that his company did not provide. And their evidence includes more than $365,000 in payments for those claims. Attorney General Chris Carr saying they are committed to putting a stop to Medicaid fraud in Georgia. Now to the Middle East. At least 14 people killed in Lebanon and more explosions today targeting members of Hezbollah. The blast coming a day after a dozen people were killed and many more injured by exploding pagers. There are reports that Israel is responsible, but so far no one has claimed responsibility. At the White House today, National Security Communications Advisor John Kirby expressed concern about these attacks. He says it could jeopardize U.S.-led efforts to broker a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas.
We want to see the war end. And everything we've been doing since the beginning
has been designed to prevent the conflict from escalating.
Be sure and stay with us for updates. We'll bring you new information as it comes in. Update on election 2024 this evening. The Teamsters, with over 1 million members, saying today it's not supporting either candidate. Here's Stephen Portnoy.
The Teamsters last declined to endorse in 1996, expressing disappointment with Bill Clinton for pushing NAFTA. But after endorsing every Democratic candidate since, the union says it won't back Kamala Harris, nor will it endorse Donald Trump. Teamsters President Sean O'Brien says neither candidate pledged they'd stay out of strikes that might involve railroads or airlines. And while Trump led internal rank-and-file polls, the Teamsters say he wouldn't vow to veto a national right-to-work bill that might undermine union security clauses.
It is 5:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. But first, Triple Team Traffic. It starts with Smiling Mark McKay.
Over the west side perimeter, Sabrina, has the slow traffic approaching Cascade Road exit 7. Traffic Trooper told us about a couple of right lanes on Cal here where the crash looks like it's at least been pushed to the right. Traffic is slow heading toward I-20, but at least moving, hardly moving on the south side perimeter, though, approaching I-75. Still got the travel advisory up, crashing a couple of right lanes on 25 eastbound before Highway 54, Jonesboro Road, exit 55. That has put extra pressure on the ride into downtown Atlanta as the connector northbound is stacked up toward I-20, leaving Langford Parkway. Big Rig just got off to the side. It was conked out in the center lane of 75 and 85 South University Avenue, exit 244. Let's get you to Gwinnett County with the help of Andrew Seacoast, Full Ray Carrier Traffic Center.
Right now, seeing the worst of it merging north on 85 from Spaghetti Junction, seeing those brake lights from Pleasantdale Road all the way up towards Steve Reynolds Boulevard. Elsewhere, a little bit slow heading north through Sewanee. Got that slow spot as you pass Old Petrie Road. You were slowing and going to that all the way up towards 985, and we are seeing those brake lights filling in. 316 heading eastbound from Sugarloaf Parkway all the way towards Highway 29. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Time now for Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official plumber of Atlanta Homes. Here's WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Clouds rolling out for this evening. Overnight lows settling to the mid-60s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and heating up. Daytime high 88. A few communities south of I-20 could reach 90 degrees. Friday, mostly sunny. Morning low 66. Afternoon high 87. Saturday and Sunday, sunshine with morning lows in the mid-60s. Afternoon highs in the mid-80s. By the way, the first day of fall is on Sunday.
All right, we'll have more news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. You don't care about that. You're like Eric. Hour 3 is the 5 o'clock hour. And it's the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. What's the keyword, Eric? That's what people are asking themselves.
What's the keyword?
What's the keyword? 5 o'clock
Eric.
hour for what? The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz? Is that what
What's
you're talking
that?
about?
No.
Yeah, that's what you're asking
No.
about. Now you're confusing me. You want the keyword for the 5
You're
o'clock.
listening to the Eric Von Hessler Doctrine, and it's time for the keyword.
This hour's keyword is shine. S-H-I-N-E. Shine. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/cash for your chance to win. Also, be willing to answer the phone when all you see is a number, because we're probably not in your contacts and we cannot leave a message. You gotta answer when we call.
Be nice to Abby or Chris when they call you.
Why wouldn't people be nice?
Sometimes people are like, who the hell's calling me?
Well,
People who entered a contest are being aggressive when they answer the phone.
I'm saying, like, just
I
anytime.
didn't expect a call today.
Anytime. you know
What
something
the
like-
hell is going on?
I'm talking about people like Tim Andrews, where if somebody calls and you don't know who the number is, you have to
Yes, but
respond
if
like,
you've
If you're
just
waiting,
entered a contest
yeah.
where within minutes they either are going to call you or not.
What?
You did. Adjust your attitude. Again, that keyword is shine. S-H-I-N-E.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Gonna let it shine.
There, she did it. She did it right there. All right.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking about when next Wednesday when I go see Ringo Starr in New York City.
That's all you're thinking?
No, well, because I got to do traveling, and you know how much I hate that.
Getting anxious.
Anxious.
No, I'm not anxious. I'm not an anxious flyer.
that's
People think that I'm an anxious flyer. I'm not.
No, you're an anxious person who's thinking about the future and coming up with
I
all
don't
kinds
like
of problems.
I don't like the getting from here to there. I don't mind being there, but I don't like the get. Anyway, I was thinking once out there how how hilarious it'd be if I started throwing jelly bellies at an 84-year-old Ringo Starr.
Knock it off. I said no Jelly Belly.
You remember when the Beatles early on, everybody threw Jelly Bellies at him.
I hate jelly beans.
That would just be fantastic. And now he's 84. You could actually injure him. So don't do that.
Ouch.
I'm just like the guy. I'm so excited. I've never seen. Hey, I'm just throwing handfuls of Jelly Bellies at an 84-year-old man.
Do you think he sits on stage
Battery.
and stares at the audience like Brian Wilson?
Oh, that was sad.
That was so
Autumn, were you the
sad.
one?
So
Hey, you know what,
sad.
Joe? Dr. Joe's here. Let's open this up here. We're talking
It's
around
time
him.
for Wellness Wednesday with Dr. Joe.
Oh, no.
I lost another one.
Making fun of us old people.
No, Dr.
Brian
Joe,
Wilson.
I got to tell you, man, this guy is not well. What was I looking at? First of, Brian Wilson, he's not even like he's got a conservatorship now. He's not considered he can't.
This is the Brian Wilson, right, from the Beach Boys.
From the Beach Boys.
Okay.
He can't make his own
He
decisions.
can't make his own decisions. I had no idea they were still putting him on stage. What was I seeing him? Was that his band or the Beach Boys? It didn't look like the Beach Boys around him.
Mm-mm. Well, Autumn sent it, but it looked like he was just staring at the person recording it.
Yeah, he didn't know where he was.
No, it's just like what was the guy that was in town? The
Frankie Valli?
yeah, Frankie Valli.
Yeah, but he's got to
Same thing.
stand. Does he do the
At
same
least he's
thing?
moving his lips.
At least he's
No,
trying. He looks
it
like
was
an
weird.
animatronic.
In the middle of
but-
this, Brian Wilson looks like he's startled by the guy next to him. And he just
Yeah.
starts looking at him like,
Sad.
where am I? It's very, very sad.
Yeah, it's
Just-
a lot like elder abuse.
Yes, it is. Like who's? But that's what I'm wondering. Is it his
This
band?
guy needs to go. Yeah,
you
he's
know,
not
in the
making
movie,
any more money for
the
us.
very
because-
great movie, and I mean really, because usually these kind of movies are not that good. People thought they loved the Queen movie, now everybody's like, it's hard to do those kind of things. But Love and Mercy, which is Brian Wilson, that is a really, really excellent movie. And his girlfriend, then became wife, is shown as the person who actually saves him from that crazy doctor, psychiatrist guy who had gotten all into his life and basically controlled him. And I'm thinking, is she still around? So is she still making the decisions? Because I would hate to think that now he's being exploited by her. I mean, he didn't even know. He didn't look like he knew that he was on stage or anything. I mean, that was just sad looking. That was very, very sad. Again, I won't do that to the audience. Once I start
Drooling a little bit, yeah.
I'll be
No,
gone.
for some reason,
I'll be gone. I'll just say, you know what? I can't do that anymore.
That last wife of his, Melinda Ledbetter, did die this year.
Oh, so somebody else is in charge.
Possibly.
Okay.
Not
You
Dr.
don't-
Landing, though.
No, he's dead, I think.
You don't see yourself passing
Paul
away.
Giamatti is great at playing him in that movie. Love and Mercy is an excellent movie, yes.
You wouldn't pass away behind that microphone just all of a sudden you're in the middle of a thought?
No.
You know,
The audience expects some level of something. They don't want to sit through a year of, and I was just...
what we'll do is we'll just keep Dr. Joe around for those moments, so that way if you do start falling out or you start
I'll
passing
resuscitate
away,
you.
yeah, exactly. He brings you back.
We saved Medicare.
That's right.
Or we killed Medicare.
We fought a big pharma. Dr. Joe helped me fight big pharma.
That's Dr. Jill you're thinking of. This is Dr.
No,
Jill.
Dr. Joe and Jill.
We ought to get like the where in the world is Carmen
San Diego.
and just change it to President Joe Biden.
We should.
Where in the world is Joe Biden? All right, it's Wellness Wednesday. That's why Dr. Joe is here. So hit us with the wellness-like stories.
Is it okay if it's a survey from Talkers
I don't
Research?
give a damn.
I know, but I mean, typically that's in study surveys
That's a
polls.
survey, yeah.
So I want to make sure that this is
Well,
okay.
Jared, it's highly unorthodox, but I guess I'll allow it.
Okay, so this survey from Talkers Research has found that Americans are at their breaking point. 41% say they're at peak stress levels right now.
All right, Dr. Joe, I find this very easy. Actually, it sounds kind of low to me. It's probably a little bit higher than that.
Yeah. The person
Peak
would-
stress.
they would-
Peak.
Peak.
Now,
That's the key word.
To me, I blame media, all kinds, social media. It's just always constantly people are just being made to be, everything's existential, everything's horrible, anybody who disagrees with me is evil and all of that. And I think that's what keeps all of this going. Plus, we have very terrible leaders who are sleepwalking us into World War III. That might have something to do. But are there physiological reasons? Is it because of our diet?
No, well, I'm sure it's a diet if it's up to me. Of course
Our
it's a
diet
diet, yes.
stinks, doesn't it?
Finances, physical health, presidential election. 20% of the people say they're at their breaking point because of
Of course,
presidential
they're being
election.
terrorized by the candidates and the media. They will not leave them alone. They're, because, maybe we'll make 25 more cents.
Oh, you don't find the ads
Everybody's absolutely freaking out about everything.
You don't find the ads to be enlightening and informative?
I don't know. I used to support Kamala Harris, but for no good reason, she slapped my youngest child in the face. Can you believe that? Can you believe that?
Deserved it.
It's true. Oops. Did you say that out loud?
That little kid had it coming. I don't know. I don't listen to any of the advertisements because I'm not somebody who's going to decide to vote one way or the other based on advertisements. So
yes. Well, these people are saying that they're switching to more holistic lifestyles to deal with the stress.
How would you get away from it? I think these days you would have to, like, if you wanted to raise children, like you can say, we're responsible parents. Our kids don't get a cell phone until they're 16 years of age. Yeah, but they have friends.
Exactly. Yeah.
Who have phones.
Uh-huh.
I mean, and
my
if you
10-year-old's asking for a phone.
Yeah. Now, we waited. We didn't get Ian a phone until he was like 12 or so. I think that's responsible. But the idea that nobody else has a phone that they're talking to and they don't see the things that you don't want them to see. So if you didn't, you'd probably have to move out to the country. You'd have to have some bucks. You'd have to have some money. And you'd have to, like, live on a farmhouse, have really, like, no internet.
Yeah, homeschooling.
Well, yeah, that's the part that I find. I don't think homeschooling. I mean, I like it, but I don't like it. I like
Because you don't
homeschooling.
acclimate with people.
That's the part that I don't like. So you gotta get your kids involved in like soccer or something.
yeah.
They get into so they have friends.
Even then, when the homeschooler starts playing soccer with you or baseball with you, it's like, the world is going on with Ralph.
Yeah, the problem with the homeschooling thing is, and people will get mad when I say this, but it too easily dovetails into cult-like behavior because a lot of times people do it as a community. Like, hey, we're like-minded.
Right.
We don't want our kids. It comes from a good place. We want to protect our kids. We want to have innocence, and so you kind of start these things, and then the next thing you know, are we in a cult?
I think
Like
we
us,
are. Yeah.
all of our kids only know other kids that believe what we believe, and So I get if you do homeschooling, I think you do have to make sure you get the kids involved in like sports and stuff that are outside of that network of homeschooling. Otherwise, you're going to raise people that first time they deal with the real world, they're going to melt. They have no idea.
Those kids get
I
beat
thought
up,
everybody believed everything my dad believed.
Right.
Everybody I've ever met believes in what my dad believes. What the hell is going on out here? Smiling Mark says a big rig is not moving on 285 in Cobb County.
Driver jumped out. We watched him pull the hood open, and he may be there for a little while. And a Euro unit looks to be coming to the rescue as well on the west side perimeter. That big rig is conked out in the right center lane of the outer loop 285 southbound past Atlanta Road exit 16, adding to the delays that we're flying over here in Sandy Springs that stretch back almost to Georgia 400. Still got a travel advisory out of Clayton into Fulton County on the outer loop 285 eastbound at exit 55. That's Highway 54 Jonesboro Road. 2 left lanes are knocked out there. Travel advisory for the delays that stretch back to Riverdale Road, exit 60 on the south side perimeter. There are a couple of challenges along the I-20 ride. Veronica Relco, Ray Carrier Genetics Center.
Yeah, one of them being this travel advisory still I-20 westbound over at Candler Road, exit 65. Police activity knocks out the 2 right lanes. Give yourself some extra time as you travel along the East Freeway, trying to get over into East Atlanta. And over on the West Freeway, watching some brake lights, I-20 eastbound, trying to head into downtown. And then on and off the brakes a bit, I-20 westbound as you leave 285 and I-20 eastbound slows over from Six Flags. This report brought to you by Whole Foods Market. Save on premium protein at Whole Foods Market. Good 25% off, no antibiotics ever. Bone-in beef short ribs with Prime through September 24th while supplies last. Shop in store or online. Terms apply. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
When news breaks,
Former President Donald Trump is safe and unharmed.
we've got it covered.
Shots were fired at the golf course.
And as the story unfolds, tune in throughout the day to stay up to date.
An AK-style weapon was used in this incident.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman of the Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed. Chris, whether we want to be or not, we are all wrapped up with this presidential election. But what, if any, effect should that have on our current and future financial planning?
You got to go back to your plan. Your plan is very individualized. We will create something around what works for you and your family and your needs. And we'll cover and we'll check the boxes on the Democrats, the Republicans, the tax changes, Social Security impact, etc. We are watching all of those metrics and those topics extremely close so that you don't have to. So tamp down your political belief and let us just present to you a full financial plan. And yes, for the next 4 years, 8 years, 20 years of your life, we're going to have to move around as tax brackets change, as Social Security payments may be impacted. Nobody has pensions anymore, so as pensions kind of wane and fall away, we need something to replace them. But there are some things that we certainly pay attention to on the political landscape, but that political landscape is one piece of many. So there are many metrics we're looking at. The election's a heated topic and very interesting to talk about, but it has to have its proper place. It does not take front and center in our decisions to invest or our plans. That's having a vision for if this goes this way or this way, we need to be prepared for either scenario. That's where the Replace My Paycheck Challenge and having a deep income discussion with our advisory team could serve everybody very well.
Go ahead. Take the Replace My Paycheck Challenge today. Call the Hoffman Financial Group at 404-737-3858, 404-737-3858, or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
It's what welcomes people to your home, and first impressions are everything. Your front door. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. We're the experts for every opening in your home. Not only your garage door, but your windows and your front door too. Replace your dated single front door with a gorgeous double door. No matter the size of your entrance, we can customize and install the double doors of your dreams. Make your front door grand. Get started at all4seasonsgarages.com.
D. Geller & Son Jewelers is celebrating 85 years in Atlanta this month. It's been an honor to be your hometown family jeweler since 1939. Founded as the South's first diamond and jewelry wholesaler, D. Geller & Son brings those quality standards and that unbeatable pricing to the comfort of your neighborhood jewelry store. D. Geller & Son is still 100% family-owned and operated, and we love our community. That's why we have trained jewelers you can trust in every store for professional, reliable service on site. It's why we have Atlanta's best lifetime care plan for free, covering everything from ring sizing to diamond upgrades. And most importantly, it's why we're committed to find or design the perfect piece of jewelry for your most special moments. No matter the budget, you can be confident D. Geller & Son Jewelry is the best quality and value you can find. It's going to last, and they're going to love it. There's no jeweler in Atlanta like D. Geller & Son, and that's why we've been Atlanta's most trusted jeweler since 1939. Come celebrate 85 years with us in Atlanta, Kennesaw, or Sandy Springs, and read our story online at dgeller.com.
Hey, it's Ashley Frasca from the traffic team. And you know, when I report traffic every morning, I hear from people that are jammed up. They are bumper to bumper, and there's not enough room to move on the Atlanta roads. You know that. So let me ask you, is the storage at your business like that? Do you feel like you've outgrown your space? Shipping Containers for You has the perfect solution. Shipping Containers for You has 40-foot and 20-foot containers that can be delivered to you within days. Go to shippingcontainersforyou.com. Find the shipping container that you need for your home or business and have it delivered within days.
Oh, are we back? Okay.
We
We're
are.
still doing a radio show? Okay.
We sure are. You want to say what you just said off air?
No.
I will.
I want to keep my job.
The last day, right? Yeah.
All right, because I'm a nice guy, I'm going to give you the keyword one more time. But that's it. So listen up, contestees.
Okay.
Contestees.
We got it.
You're listening to the Eric Von Hessler Doctrine, and it is time for the keyword.
Some say contestees. Listen up. This hour's keyword is shine. SHINE. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBRadio.com/cash for your chance to win.
We can't win.
We cannot win because I forgot the word already.
Yes.
I'm a little flighty like that.
Don't call here again.
The contest winner is in the house. Get out of the house.
Although, Eric, we really don't know what time it is, so hopefully we're
No, I would like to bring this up in the most friendly way. We don't know if people that are working for us are actively trying to fix something with our clocks right now.
I just sent an email to
Are
them.
they just going haywire on their own and it hasn't been noticed? But if they are doing something with the clocks right now, I got to say that's a brilliant strategy. When do we do it? Drive time.
Yeah, there you go.
Not noon to 3 when there's nobody in the studio. Not midnight to 2.
And now, hang on a minute.
Drive time.
Sean, you get done at midnight.
Yeah. And you're not in the studio.
It's officials.
I don't know when I'm on. They never tell me. They just keep moving me around.
All right, Wellness Wednesday. What other wellness stories
All
do we
right,
have?
from goodtoknow.com.
Good to know.
Good to know. It's in their well-being.
Good to know.
It's in their well-being section here. Baby brain or pregnancy brain is real. Expert advice has just found out.
Hold on. Whose computer keeps...
I assume that's the news booth that's going off.
Oh. Well, stop doing that.
Well, you know what happens when we assume.
What?
Yeah.
That's why I assume.
We make an ass out of Autumn.
She don't
Somehow
need
it works
help.
out that way.
She don't need help with that.
Oh, look at you. These two.
What?
These two. They've never gotten, they used to date.
I know, the
thing
anger's
is,
still there.
that's
It's that
20 years
love-hate,
later, there's
man.
still that.
Yep. Still a tension
I
in
think
the
a
air. You can
wrestling
feel
match
it.
would
Yeah.
help.
Is that what you'd like
I-
to...
Yeah, 2 enter, 1 leaves. That's it, man.
You want me to wrestle? Do you want me to wrestle Tim for you? I'll represent you.
Trial by
Oh, it's
combat.
like you'll be my proxy?
I'll be your proxy. Because you're a woman.
To be fair,
You
it
need
is
a man to fight for you.
It is autumn season, so she should win.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
What did Christina
September
Edwards say?
something.
It's, she just said her last thing.
It feels like autumn. Come
Oh,
on.
is that how you go by? Is
Yeah.
that your
How do you
way?
know what I feel like?
In this house, we believe in the science. It feels like
Meteorological autumn already started. Real autumn starts in a couple days.
autumn.
Oh yeah, that's her superpower. She grows to 10 feet tall.
Boom, boom.
You gonna stick around, Dr. John?
I'm going to hang out as long as you
That's
let
what
me.
I was afraid of.
Yeah, I know.
Smiling Mark says there's trouble in Forest Park.
That's that crash that had all lanes blocked about an hour ago. They released 2 right lanes live from the jam cab. We still see 2 left lanes knocked out. So that travel advisory stands between I-75 and I-675. The crash scene, outer loop 25 eastbound at Jonesboro Road, Highway 54, exit 55. Still making a tough go of it back toward I-85 in South Fulton County, and certainly pushing more pressure onto the downtown connector for the heart of the city, Andrew Seco.
That it is. We're looking at heavy delays either direction, passing in and out of downtown. The connector's looking all jammed up. Northbound, you're riding from Langford Parkway all the way up through the heart of Midtown. Southbound, your troubles start just south of 400, and you are slowing and going in those brake lights all the way down towards I-20. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Air. Get a new AC system and pay nothing until 2025. Visit ReliableAir.com. Schedule a free consultation. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Just like your car, your septic system needs regular maintenance. Hi, I'm Shannon, the owner of Scorpion Septic. If you're seeing bubbles in your toilet, pooling in your yard, slow draining, or your toilet won't flush, you need Scorpion Septic.
Take the sting out of septic service with Scorpion Septic, where there is never a pump out charge with your repair. Call for more information. ScorpionSepticServices.com.
ScorpionSepticServices.com.
High five! Up top! Heck yeah! Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah, 5 years! It's 5 years of gig speed internet, High five for gig speed. 5 years of advanced security, Security win. and 5 years of a great rate that won't change. Our rate ain't changing. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. There it is. He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread. Woohoo! Now he's got savings. I'm so excited. Yep, Dave's feeling it. But it's only for a limited time, so don't wait. Switch today and ask how to get the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Powering 5 years of savings. Powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Hand is hurting, but I am not stopping.
Ends 9/22/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
At Cigna Healthcare, we're designing a better health system for better care. That starts with helping you avoid unnecessary stays at the hospital. Because less time at the hospital means more family time, more best friend time,
Who's a good boy?
and more you time. When it comes to healthcare, a better system means better outcomes for everyone. That's better by design. Learn more at Cigna.com/better.
For over 16 years, Matt's Exteriors has transformed homes across Atlanta. Whether you need a new roof, beautiful siding, or energy-efficient windows, our team delivers top-quality results that you can trust. As a James Hardie and GAF Elite Preferred contractor, they install only the best products with industry-leading warranties. Matt's Exteriors is fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind. Discover why over 10,000 homeowners have chosen them for their home exterior projects. Visit mattsexteriors.com today to book your free consultation.
Superior Pro has over 26 years of experience transforming homes with new siding, providing you a 15-year labor warranty and peace of mind knowing you hired the best. Visit superiorpro.com today.
The pros to know. 365 days of the year, just call us up, we'll be right there. Service guaranteed. When it's too hot to wait, call 678-SHOEMAKE.
This is Coach Mark Richt, I love Georgia. That's why I retired here after 35 years of coaching. I always support great Georgia companies like EMC Security. They protect my home and family, and if you don't use them to protect your home, you should. They're part of this community and they care about it. They install incredible security products, provide great service, and are more affordable than any other company I looked at. So give them a call or visit them online at emcsecurity.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It is 5:30. Good afternoon. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news sponsored by Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. This just in. Sean Diddy Combs staying behind bars. A judge today denying bail, citing the possibility that he would tamper with witnesses. Legal analyst Dan Abrams been looking through the indictment, which accuses Combs of manipulating women to participate in sexual performances. He has more now on the defense arguments and how they might go.
One of the strongest parts of this case is going to be that there isn't just one witness. There are going to be multiple witnesses who are going to be testifying. The defense is trying to portray this as, oh, there's going to be one witness. No. There are going to be a lot of witnesses who are going to come forward. The defense is going to be that there was no coercion here. This is a crime about coercing people to engage in sex trafficking and other conduct, and you're going to have to be able to prove that coercion. The defense is going to say you can't prove it.
Again, a judge has just denied bail for a second time, so the rap star will be remaining behind bars. 79 degrees right now in Midtown Atlanta. The first day of fall is Sunday, but it's not going to feel like it. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards will have Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up in just a matter of minutes. This is new tonight. Speeders in the city of Decatur will be in for a rude awakening when speed cameras go into operation outside 5 local schools.
The cameras, first approved by the city in 2023, have been in limbo while finalizing the plan with the DOT. Now Police Chief Scott Richards says,
"We're happy that we're finally here."
In school zones, going 11 miles over the 25-mile-per-hour limit is considered speeding.
This allows the automated speed enforcement of the school zone speed limits 1 hour before normal hours of school operation prior to the earliest commencement and 1 hour after the latest dismissal.
Drivers won't start getting tickets until November 13th. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Kentucky is banning the practice of conversion therapy on minors. Governor Andy Beshear signed the executive order today during a live news conference. The governor says this order is about protecting our children from an inhumane practice that can cause serious long-term harm, including increased rates of suicide and depression. Georgia Senator Jon Ossoff proposing a way to tighten oversight at the post office.
High-quality postal service can't be a luxury. It is a necessity.
Georgia Senator Jon Ossoff calls the post office facility consolidation in Georgia a debacle.
And it has reflected the incompetent leadership and the incompetent management of the Postmaster General himself.
His Postmaster General Reform Act would have the Senate confirm presidential nominees and put 5-year term limits on the job. Ossoff is seeking bipartisan support of the legislation.
We see the importance now of holding the Postmaster General accountable to the elected representatives of the people in the U.S. Senate.
Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Boeing is announcing temporary layoffs of thousands of employees. The CEO told workers today that the furloughs will begin over the coming days. The furloughs will happen on a rotating basis, with employees being off for 1 week every 4 weeks. Now, this comes as 33,000 International Association of Machinists at Boeing are on strike. Executives say they're going to take a pay cut, too, for the duration of the strike. And the Federal Reserve cuts interest rates today. It was more than what was expected, 0.5 percentage point. Consumer advisor Clark Howard.
This is really great news on money you owe, and it's really not great news on money that you save.
Now, this was the first cut in 4 years. Wall Street, here's how it closed today after that news. At the closing bell, the Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 103 points to close at 41,503. The S&P 500 dropped by 16 points to 5618, and the NASDAQ lost 54 points. We'll have live team coverage of traffic and weather now. Triple team traffic. It begins with Smiling Mark McKay.
Extra pressure on the right from Midtown downtown Sabrina. The northbound delays begin at Langford Parkway this afternoon. Take it up past John Lewis Freedom Parkway. 400 is jammed even before you get to Lenox Road out of Sandy Springs southbound. Your 85 delays begin before the 400 verge back toward the North Druid Hills Road. Long, slow ride into the city past I-20. A lot of folks avoided the south side perimeter and came into downtown as we still have a travel advisory crash that's going on, but 90 minutes old on the outer loop of the perimeter, still in 2 left lanes, outer loop 285 eastbound, exit 55, highway 54, Jonesboro Road, taking solid delays back into the I-85 interchange. Let's get you across the north side of I-285 with the help of Veronica Relko, Carrier Traffic Center.
Well, right now, dealing with that stalled tractor trailer, 285 southbound, that outer loop of South Atlanta Road, exit 16 is in the center lane. That's why you're dealing with really heavy delays making your way 285 westbound out of Sandy Springs. 285 east southbound, you are on and off the brakes as you travel from Georgia 400 all the way down to a problem over on the east side of town. 285 southbound at I-20, stalled motorists over in a right lane. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
And it's time now for Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast. Here's WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Clouds rolling out for this evening. Overnight lows settling to the mid-60s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and heating up. Daytime high 88. A few communities south of I-20 could reach 90 degrees. Friday, mostly sunny. Morning low 66. Afternoon high 87. Saturday and Sunday, sunshine with morning lows in the mid-60s. Afternoon highs in the mid-80s. By the way, the first day of fall is on Sunday.
It is 80 degrees right now in Woodstock. Powder Springs has 80 degrees. Milton, you're at 79 degrees right now. We'll have more news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
A lifetime warranty says a lot about a company. Lifetime is a long time. Home Fix It Show host Dave Baker here. I can't think of a better place to have a lifetime warranty than on the roof of your home. It covers everything you own and love. That's why I love Finley Roofing. Only Finley Roofing, the roof guys, provide a lifetime leak-free warranty on labor and materials at no additional cost. Nobody else does that. Other roofers charge you more for a lesser warranty. Finley replaced the roof on my home and over 65,000 other homes locally. They've mastered the roof replacement process with impeccable, high-quality work. They've seen it all, they've replaced it all, and they've warrantied it all. With the Finley Roofing Lifetime Warranty, you'll never have to worry about your roof ever again. Time to replace your roof? Think of Finley first. Schedule your free roof analysis. No obligation, no charge at finleyroofing.com.
Roof. Get back on your feet, medical bills paid, and your case resolved. SteelHorseLaw.com.
Get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and sell your home for cash without the stress of listing your home on the market. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. One of our clients, KR, said, "We sold our home for substantially more than we paid, and we were able to move quickly. Thank you, Mark Spain Real Estate." Trust the top real estate team in the U.S. and find out what your guaranteed offer will be. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, crowd goes wild.
Appreciate it.
Take me now, baby.
All right. Patty, thank you. My opening act, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, Natalie. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was Patti Smith, no?
Well, it's a Patti Smith song. It's Natalie Merchant.
Is
Springsteen song.
Is it?
Yes, Springsteen wrote it.
Yeah,
Patti did it.
You know what? Springsteen didn't write it. Springsteen wrote half of it. He sent it to her on a cassette, and she wrote the other part of it. So
right.
it's
He
kind
started
of
it, though.
He started it.
Yeah.
She finished it.
Yeah.
I wrote the part where I sound like this.
See, that's...
That wasn't his idea. He can't sing like me.
Now, who are you being, Natalie or Patty? Because there's a little bit.
Natalie.
Oh, yeah. Well, she
Natalie.
didn't write any of it. She just
Right.
redid it.
She stole it.
Oh,
Yes, that's right.
She just covered it. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
This is the most confused
The child
music
will be
show
gifted.
ever. These are days. What does that mean?
Remember.
These are days. These are days
that you'll remember.
Yeah.
No, I didn't hear the second
Never
part.
before and
You'll
never since.
remember.
kind of fell off the planet.
Well, she's got a real bad back issue and her spinal stenosis, and so she's a mess. Yeah, she can't function.
Spinal stenosis.
All right, let's not make.
I need an injection.
Take me now, baby, here where I sit.
Yes.
I can't stand.
She's playing at a Kamala rally somewhere, I heard.
Listen to this. These people are just making fun of this person who has a medical condition.
I find this to be very messed up. I don't like her because she left 10,000 Maniacs.
Oh, really? Is that
she's
that
still
much?
mad at her.
I'm angry at you for doing whatever you thought you should do with your life.
Yeah, like one album. Ooh.
I
can't believe this show. I can't believe the show would stand for something
That's
like this.
the point that I was making, was she didn't seem to make a lot of music after she left.
Yeah,
Well, she did, just nobody cared.
Yeah. She got
Oh,
too
you
radical.
say that with glee.
Well,
you say that with glee. You like seeing somebody fail? Is that what it is? Not that she failed, but I mean.
I liked the band. They were a good band.
They were good together, yeah.
All right, they got a lot of records. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot
Coulda
of
had
bands.
more.
A lot of bands didn't make it out of the '60s. They still like them.
Still rocking.
you
Still,
know?
still touring.
Or even if they didn't, you could still listen to their old music.
They,
I'm mad.
I
at
saw her
for
by
leaving
herself.
A band.
She just got so political. Everything was politics.
she's very
politics, and
political.
it's like,
She's very
I want to sing the song. I paid my money, sing the song.
Let
you know?
me ask my good friend Michael Stipe what he thinks about this.
I think he probably agrees with you on 99%.
I do
of
very
it.
much so.
Natalie, I agree with everything
Do you
you're
like
saying.
art?
I like art.
I hate deodorant.
Hey, I like both of these people, and now you're making them enemies of my show with my name on it. Dr. Joe, I won't have it.
He just changed the station, Michael Stipe did.
I won't have it. Yes.
that's right.
He probably listens. You never
He's a
know.
local guy, yeah.
He's trying to win the $1,000.
Yeah, he's dialing right now.
What was
Shine?
That?
What was the word?
that keyword?
What's the keyword?
He's called in. Shine. Did I win? All right. Well, Wellness Wednesday.
Yes, back
Well,
to that.
we
I
tossed
love Michael Stipe, and I love Natalie.
I love what's
all
her
the
face?
Natalies.
Well, Mr. Maines?
Maines? No, that's the Dixie Chicks.
Right. Natalie.
Morales?
Merchants?
Natalie
Merchants.
Merchants. There you go. Okay, yes.
The one we've been saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just, that's the way my brain works. When are you going to get used to this?
Too many
He's got
gummies.
pregnancy brain.
No, I don't have pregnancy brain. I have maestro brain. I have to be thinking about everything that's going on all at once and be 2 minutes ahead of everyone else to know when we're going to make the shift. And every once in a while, when you've got 18 plates spinning at the top of all these poles, one will fall every once in a while. So get over it.
Thank you, Eric Von Hessler, with your spinning plate.
Really big shoe.
Sure. One or two fell, but you're still pretty good at what you do.
Jared doesn't get the reference.
Ed Sullivan, never heard of him.
Lost all those references right there. So.
That's all right. Ed Sullivan was never. He was.
How did he get that job?
I saw that.
He was on the radio.
Yeah, he was the toast of the town on New York radio, and then when TV came along, they gave him a local show called Toast of the Town, I believe, and then that turned into the Ed Sullivan Show. And I remember Jerry Lewis was on Letterman once, and he was talking about Ed Sullivan, and he said they used to say that he had just no discernible talent. Like you couldn't find.
Yeah, he just spoke. He had a funny voice, right?
He had negative talent. He just had a. Hey.
Now the Beatles, and that was it.
You ever watch those old game shows that are in black and white, like What's My Line and things like that on some of those nostalgia channels? There was a guy that would show up, and I don't know who he was, but he was like famous for being ugly or something. He was like, he had these big ears. Like he was a very unattractive man, but he was also kind of a charismatic person. And I don't know who this person was. It wasn't. I don't know if he was like a boxer that got all beat up and then he was charming. I have no idea. But he shows up on like What's My Line and these old black and white shows, and he's on a lot of them. I'm thinking, wow, this guy was really famous at the time, and he was wildly unattractive. I mean, it takes one to know one. I know
it's true. Yeah,
I'm on radio for a reason. But the man, if you can believe it, was actually less attractive than me.
Wow.
But it must have been like part of his image was like
that was the shtick. Yeah,
I'm the big ugly charming guy that you wanted at every party. I just don't know who he was. Yeah, the ogre's here.
Yeah.
That's right. The party can begin. All right, do we have time for a wellness story?
Yeah, I mean, we teased this before going to the break last time, but baby brain or pregnancy brain is a real thing according to new medical research, and it's basically just like a mental fog that women who are pregnant go through
Blah,
while they're
blah,
pregnant.
blah. I mean, it's so special.
There you go, Autumn.
And,
There's an excuse.
But who didn't know this already?
Yeah,
This
right.
is an
Every
absolute thing.
mother
Well,
ever.
I don't know. Your
Yeah.
entire chemistry completely changes inside your body,
Believe
and
it or
another
not.
human
Yes.
being is actually living inside of you, and that
So
actually
weird.
that affects your personality. You're saying, huh? What?
Believe it or not, some people believed that it was just a myth. So now there is
Yeah,
real
you
research
believe
that
that,
said
men.
Experts. Yeah.
Men.
they now
Men.
say it is real.
Hate
But
men.
Dr. Joe's the real expert on that.
The guys,
true, yes.
On the baby brain.
the human sons,
Yes, the brain
they're the
shrinks.
ones who didn't think it was real.
The brain shrinks about 4% when you're pregnant, and so it kind of short circuits the wiring.
It's because your gut gets bigger, right? It takes it from
Oh,
your
it
brain.
sucks it down. Oh, that's why I'm bald, right? Because
Belly brain. Belly brain, right?
I remember Jane was pregnant with Ian at one point. It's just weird because she's 5'2", so
Yeah.
then all of a sudden but then there's this one point where there's no belly button,
Right.
and I just thought, this is like science fiction. This is weird. You're like an alien, and then you've got an alien inside of you.
Well, did you see like if like an elbow or a knee rubs up against
Yeah,
the
yeah.
surface
Yeah,
from
it's
underneath
weird,
and you
yeah.
can see it move?
Well, she would get
That's
all
weird.
excited and say, "Hey," and I would go, "Oh, that grosses me out. Get away."
Nice.
Maybe I didn't handle it properly.
Yeah, good supporting husband
know.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
You're a freak. You're a freak. Get away
I
from
put
me.
that in there and now it's gross.
I think I put it in there. I don't know.
Well,
sure.
I guess you
No
did.
DNA testing there.
No
right?
DNA testing.
Too late now.
It's
Yeah.
not too late.
The kid looks a lot like me. So I'm buying it. I'm buying it.
That's it.
And he's smart, right? So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so you're like,
she's not
oh,
sleeping with
but-
anybody smarter than me.
Oh, that's true.
So do we have time for one more?
Yeah, one more here.
Baby
this-
brain, pregnancy brain.
This is a big deal because this next one impacts.
That's my commentary.
This next one impacts a lot of Atlantans. Cheap Ozempic is coming. The cost could be slashed for millions of Americans. The drug maker has just confirmed.
Okay, well, that's never going to happen because the next step is to say that it's necessary and poor people should have it too. And that means that it should be part of Medicare and all of these other things. So it's actually not going to be cheaper because they're going to make it available through social services to everybody. And then they're going to tell 11-year-olds to get on it. And they have to be on it forever, their entire life. So although by dose it may be cheaper, it's going to end up costing all of us a whole hell of a lot more because the pharmaceutical companies are going to get 12-year-olds on it and say, well, sorry, for as long as you live, you're going to have to keep on giving us this discounted price.
That's right.
Aren't we nice? Smiling Mark says 285 is struggling near the airport.
Put into slow motion by a crash that Antelope Lane blocked on 285 eastbound, the outer loop in Forest Park at exit 55. That's Highway 54, Jonesboro Road. We see on the jam cam, they're still in a couple of left lanes. That's why things are stacked up back toward the I-85 interchange. Choose to head from the south side into downtown. Be aware of the delays on the connector. Pretty thick from University Avenue, 166 up to Midtown and 10th Street, exit 250. 285 is not good between Doraville, Clarkston, down that east side perimeter on the inner loop. And been dealing with a big break that's stalled out in Cobb County, Smyrna, on the outer loop. 285 south, right center lane past Atlanta Road, exit 16. What's doing I-20? Andrew Seco knows. Coolray Carrier traffic center.
We're an hour checking delays outbound towards the heart of Atlanta from Lithia Springs. Got a big delay spot here, I-20 eastbound approaching I-20. Those brake lights start as you hit Thornton Road. You're on and off the brake pedal both ways inside the heart of Atlanta, and we got double trouble out towards Stonecrest. Delays either direction here to I-20 at Panola Road, exit 71. This report sponsored by Batteries Plus. They offer a wide array of battery and lighting solutions with locally owned stores in your area, as well as commercial accounts to power your business. Visit a Batteries Plus location today. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news,
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Yo, I just won $1,000 from WSB.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Thank you, Jesus. What's that?
Just enter the word at WSBradio.com or on the WSB radio app.
First chance to win is tomorrow at 8.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
On 95.5 WSB.
This is Scott Slade. When it comes to your engagement ring, there's only one place I'd recommend. Tara Fine Jewelry Company, known for exceptional standards, craftsmanship, and legendary customer service. Tara's passion runs through every design they craft. Engagement rings you'll be proud to gift, cherish, and wear for a lifetime. You fell in love with her because she's unlike any other woman in the world. When it comes to your promise of forever, only a Tara diamond will do. Tara, specializing in diamonds of absolute beauty and legendary customer service since 1985.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your love life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your love life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
High five! Up top! Heck yeah! Dave's company just got the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business.
Yeah, 5 years!
It's 5 years of gig speed internet,
High five for gig speed.
5 years of advanced security,
Security win.
and 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Our rate ain't changing.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
There it is.
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Woohoo!
Now he's got savings.
I'm so excited.
Yep, Dave's feeling it. But it's only for a limited time, so don't wait. Switch today and ask how to get the first ever 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Powering 5 years of savings. Powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Ends 9/22/24. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
If you need to perform under pressure, then you need a Kubota on your side for the toughest tasks. Mason Tractor Company is one of the oldest family-owned farm equipment dealers in Georgia, and they have the expertise and experience to match the right equipment with your exact needs. Mason Tractor Company has Kubota tractors, mowers, construction equipment, and more. When you want a machine you can trust, you need a Kubota from Mason Tractor Company. Visit one of their locations across Georgia or find them online at masontractor.com.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way, for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
Talking Heads?
The papers would be in if that happened.
Yeah, we were talking about dreams, which they say you should never talk about on the air, but
404-872-0750.
no, I don't want to know your dreams, but
1-800-WSB.
we still don't know what the hell they are. This is the most bizarre thing. And what I was talking about is sometimes I will have, this happened a couple times like 5 years ago, where it's almost like a nostalgic dream. But really, what I'm doing is I'm back inside of a dream that I had like when I was 18 or something, and it feels so real to me. And it feels like I'm going back to the old neighborhood or something like that. But in reality, I'm just going back to this really vivid dream that I had once when I was 18. And then it feels like, oh, wow, interesting to be back here. And then I wake up at first saying, oh, I was dreaming about when I was 18. And no, I was dreaming about a dream that I had when I was 18.
Sounds like a Pink Floyd song to me.
A dream inside of a dream?
Yeah, something like that, or
Sometimes
Moody Blues or something. Yeah.
Do you guys ever pick? Do you ever pick up where you left off on a dream? Like where, like you, for example, like that dream when you were 18. Like, do you?
Yeah, well, that's
up?
how this seemed like.
Yeah,
I was
I've had those
back
dreams.
with. There was this dream. I'm not going to try to describe it. All dreams, but me and some friends were like under a bridge, and we kind of had our own world, and we not a whole world, but we just Like that's where we lived, and it was fine. And we had all of our little supplies and stuff like that. And it's just bizarre that in my 50s, I went back to that dream when I was 18, and then I woke up and thought, "Oh, it was good seeing those friends." Oh no, I just visited a dream that I had back then. I didn't dream of something from back then.
It is nice to visit somebody in a dream, though, like somebody who passed or something like that.
That usually happens if somebody close, at least in my life, if somebody close to me passes, and then like in the next month or so, it seems to be part of the grieving process.
Yeah.
It's a way of thinking that you're still communicating with somebody that you miss, and but it doesn't happen to me like my mom doesn't show up in my dreams.
Oh, see, I still have from my mom, and my dad every now and then. Yeah,
really?
I wake up, so that was nice. I enjoyed that time with them.
Okay, here's another question that we were just arguing about. I have this notion that even that while I'm dreaming, I might think that I see the person that's in the dream with me, but I don't think I ever really do see faces. I think that when you got to remember that by the time you're thinking about a dream, you're awake. So you could be adding stuff. And to me, it just seems like if you really break a dream, I can only speak for myself, but it seems like it's more notional. Like the energy was that my wife was there. The energy is that my son was there or something like that. But if I really think about it, did I actually see her face or did I see their face, or do I add that when I wake up because the energy felt like Jane? So when I'm thinking about it, oh, it was Jane in the dream. I have a feeling that it's just notions and energy while you're dreaming. And then when you think about it as you're waking up, you add all the stuff that you know. The notion is I was in her kitchen. When I'm awake, I know it's olive green. So when I think about the dream, okay, now I'm in an olive green. But while I'm actually dreaming, this is my thing. I think it's notions and energy. The name of my first album.
Notions Energy.
Yeah, it was a little. I didn't really find my voice.
It was very emotional.
I didn't find my voice to the second album. Let's face it. That one I was kind of high school poetry.
You know what you need, Eric, is it sounds like you need a little bit of mudras for sleep. This ancient yoga practice apparently can help you sleep more soundly, right, Dr. Joe?
Dr. Joe, is it real?
Well, according to the people that do yoga, the nerve endings in your fingers go to different parts of the body. So depending how you place your...
Don't we know it?
Oh, is Tim awake?
I'm dreaming.
So here's my problem. Anytime you do something specifically to make you go to sleep, it makes you think about going to sleep, which makes it more difficult to go to sleep.
Yes.
Sleep should take you by surprise. I've been using the melatonin gummies lately. Those are pretty good.
Don't do it every night.
Why would you?
Because then you won't be able to go to sleep without them.
Yeah.
They should only do it once a week.
So I should only get a good night's sleep once a week?
Do it on Monday.
Dr. Joe, tell people how they can get...
Sunday nights right here, 8 to 10, I do a live show. Love to have you. I know this is live too, but, I take calls. That's what I'm saying.
Ooh.
If you have any... I'm not as good as you. That's why. Kiss his butt. If you have any health questions, you go to my website, drjoe.com, drjoe.com. Send me your questions or make an appointment to come see us. We have offices in Marietta, Duluth, Stockbridge, and West Cobb.
Thank you, Dr. Joe. Smata Mark says there's a travel advisory on 575 in Kennesaw.
Yes, sir. Left lanes knocked out with a crash 575 northbound at Barrett Parkway. Express lanes or take 75 up to Chastain. Hopefully better news for those stuck on 285 near the airport, Veronica Ralph.
Unfortunately not, but then again, yes. Crash now off to the right, 285 eastbound the outer loop at Jonesboro Road. Exit 55, but your delay stretched way back out to I-85 by the airport. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Air. Get a new AC system and pay nothing until 2025. Visit reliableair.com and schedule a free consultation. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
The past few months have been incredibly tough for me. It's Belinda Skelton, and just before the holidays, my dad passed away. And now my brother and I are responsible for my mom's care needs. Balancing my role as wife, mom, and daughter have been overwhelming. My mom needs round-the-clock care, and I felt this guilt, like I had to do everything myself. Luckily, my brother and I were referred to Four Seasons Home Care. They've become our lifeline, ensuring Mom is happy and well cared for right at home, where she wants to be. Four Seasons Home Care is local, family-run business, not a franchise or a national corporation, so trust me, they care. They helped us find compassionate caregivers, allowing me to focus on being a daughter. If you have aging parents, don't wait on this. Reach out to Four Seasons Home Care and start the conversation. It's a free call that can change everything. Google Four Seasons Home Care Atlanta. That's Four Seasons Home Care Atlanta.
You take it for granted, but it's the biggest piece of moving equipment in your home, your garage door. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. When trust matters, like when your garage door doesn't open or needs to be replaced, trust us. Here's why. All Four Seasons is a local, family-owned company built over 25 years ago on honesty, customer service, and teamwork. If you've got garage door issues, trust us to repair or replace. We'll make it easy. All, the number 4, seasonsgarages.com.
Hey, it's Ashley Frasca from the traffic team. And you know, when I report traffic every morning, I hear from people that are jammed up. They are bumper to bumper, and there's not enough room to move on the Atlanta roads. You know that. So let me ask you, is the storage at your business like that? Do you feel like you've outgrown your space? Shipping Containers for You has the perfect solution. Shipping Containers for You has 40-foot and 20-foot containers that can be delivered to you within days. Ideal for business owners who need more storage and have outgrown their warehouse space, and even landscapers who need a large, secure place to house their equipment. At Shipping Containers for You, they give you Georgia-flavored personal service. They answer the phone. Things are easy to understand. And for first-time callers, they go over with you and explain the difference between renting versus buying these containers. Go to shippingcontainersforyou.com. Find the shipping container that you need for your home or business and have it delivered within days. shippingcontainersforyou.com.
Hi, I'm Caitlin, and selling our home with a guaranteed offer from Marks Bain Real Estate was the best decision we made for our family. It was quick and simple. Go to marksbain.com and see what their guaranteed offer would be on your home. There's no obligation. That's marksbain.com and start packing.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
Hi there, it is 6 o'clock. How was your day? Hope it was a good one. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news is sponsored by the Lloyd Group. We're going to start tonight with a story that impacts your wallet. The Federal Reserve does something it hasn't done in 4 years. Cut a key interest rate. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell saying today's half-point rate cut is part of a tightrope walk.
We're committed to maintaining our economy's strength by supporting maximum employment and returning inflation to our 2% goal.
Now, the Fed hinted today that more rate cuts are coming in the future, but not enough to spur inflation again. Americans may be wondering, though, whether today's interest rate cut will mean easier credit on big purchases. WSB's Steve Summers has talked to a Kennesaw State economic professor to find out. He joins us live now. Steve? All right. Well, I guess we will go back to Steve in just a moment. And with word of that rate cut today, the Fed cut rates, as we said, and the Dow is down 103 at 41,503. NASDAQ closed down 54, and the S&P was down 16 at the close today. Now, this rate can impact what you pay to borrow money on many things, but Kennesaw State University economics professor Roger Tutoro says many things that Americans borrow money for won't be impacted.
There's a lot of loans that are tied to the prime rate, but there are many other kinds of loans that are not.
Now, at least in the short term, by one cut, mortgages, car loans, and credit card interest rates. Right now on Peachtree Street, we have 82 degrees. The first day of fall is this weekend, but you may say it's going to feel more like summer. WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast. That will come your way in just a matter of minutes. The city of Decatur is cracking down on speeders at 5 local schools after previous delays. 5 new speed cameras will be up and running starting next month. Police Chief Scott Richards telling us,
"We're happy that we're finally here. We're happy to be able to get this process underway."
He says the enforcement will be an hour before school starts to an hour after dismissal. Drivers caught speeding will get a warning until the enforcement starts on November 13th. This just in, there may be a break in the search in Kentucky for the I-75 shooting suspect Joseph Couch. The suspect who allegedly shot 5 people in Laurel County last weekend has been the focus of an intense manhunt. Kentucky State Police troopers will only say that they have located a body in the vicinity of Exit 49 in Laurel County, and detectives are working now to confirm the identity. Bail denied, a judge denying again bail for rapper Sean Diddy Combs. The federal judge saying the possibility that he will tamper with witnesses was the reason.
Saying that the government had proved by clear and convincing evidence that there is no condition or set of conditions that will ensure the safety of the community, and that the hip-hop mogul won't tamper with witnesses.
And Combs pleaded not guilty following his Monday arrest on sex trafficking charges, and his lawyer says he's innocent. Prosecutors say he used his power and prestige for years to sexually abuse women. Update on election 2024. The Teamsters announcing today that they are not endorsing a candidate for president this time. The International Brotherhood of Teamsters was the last and perhaps most influential labor union to take a position on a candidate, so neither Trump nor Harris getting its backing. And citing a wide range of operational failures in the modernization of the post office, Georgia Senator Jon Ossoff introducing the Postmaster General Reform Act today.
The role of the Postmaster General should be term limited and bound by 5-year terms in order to ensure that there is accountability to the United States Senate.
Right now, the Postmaster General is appointed by a board of governors. Ossoff calls the current Postmaster General incompetent. And new tonight, a local Halloween attraction gets a big honor.
Atlanta's Netherworld Haunted House, which has been scaring visitors for nearly 3 decades, has been named the most legendary haunted attraction in the U.S. for its creativity, innovation, longevity, and sheer terror. That designation came from America Haunts, an association of haunted attractions, which said Netherworld pushes the boundaries of horror with new themes and immersive storylines every year, making it a must-visit for anyone looking for a top-tier haunted experience. I'm Bloomberg's Tom Busby for 95.5 WSB.
The Von Hessler Doctrine continuing in less than 2 minutes, but first, Triple Team Traffic, and we have Mark McKay.
Skycopter was up and over the work zone in DeKalb County. Sabrina, DeKalb police just pulled up behind a crash in the work zone, smack dab in the middle of it, as a matter of fact. I-20 westbound past Panola Road, exit 71. Delays back toward the smallest Stonecrest Beach using Covington Highway. We'll check to see if the police activity appears to be gone inside the perimeter as you roll toward the downtown connector near Candler Road. They had 2 right lanes knocked out there. All lanes are slow as you work your way north of the airport on the connector. A lot of folks bailing on that south side perimeter, which is improving. Crash that finally has gone off to the right, 285 eastbound Jonesboro Road, exit 55. Still seeing slow traffic back toward I-85 out of Union City. Andrew Seco, Gouray Carrier Traffic Center.
Well, right now, seeing delays heading north through Kennesaw. Left lane crash here, 575 northbound at Barrett Parkway. We're at exit 1, spilling you back almost to the north loop. You want to use Highway 5 as an alternate through here. Elsewhere, seeing the worst of it heading south on 75 through Marietta. The 285 problems are spilling over onto 75 proper, and those brake lights start at the south loop, and you are slowing and going all the way to the Cobb Cloverleaf, 75 285 at exit 259. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Time now for Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official plumber of Atlanta Homes. Here's WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Clouds rolling out for this evening. Overnight lows settling to the mid-60s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and heating up. Daytime high 88. A few communities south of I-20 could reach 90 degrees. Friday, mostly sunny. Morning low 66. Afternoon high 87. Saturday and Sunday, sunshine with morning lows in the mid-60s. Afternoon highs in the mid-80s. By the way, the first day of fall is on Sunday.
All right, we'll have more news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
Yes, it's true, Tim. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I'm a hypocrite.
No, I said he got you.
Oh, I thought you caught me burping when I yell at people for burping.
Oh, no, I laugh at that.
Okay,
Wait a minute, I'm talking now.
You remember that?
Wait a minute, I'm talking now.
Our
if you don't mind, please. Does that sound familiar?
That sounds familiar.
familiar?
That's what he's doing his lounge act.
Familiar.
I've married 50 years to the couple, ladies and gentlemen.
Give me a round of
applause.
Look at her They're eating the dogs.
Oh, come on. He's doing They're Eating the Dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
They're
this.
eating the dogs. Lots of memes. Everybody loves it. It's fantastic.
Hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now.
That's a lot.
And
I think it's very important.
you know, I got to bring this up before we go to our next thing. I am been the juxtaposition of these two stories and the responses to them I find interesting. So, Dave Grohl, the leader of Foo Fighters, cheated on his wife without a condom and now has a daughter outside of his marriage. And people are losing their minds. Like, this is the craziest thing, that a rock star cheated on his wife. And people are angry. I can't believe it. Meanwhile, Sean Diddy Combs sent to jail while he awaits sex trafficking trial, and people are like, well, I guess.
Well, nobody's shocked.
But I mean, shouldn't people be more outraged and shocked by, this
By P. Diddy, yeah.
really famous guy and human trafficking allegations? And
if you paid attention to anybody that's ever hung out with him, they've been telling us this for 20-some years.
Well, I understand that, but I'm talking
So
about
it's not a shock.
I'm talking about the casual thing where people are more shocked that a rock and roll singer cheated on his wife than that one of the most famous music entertainers of the last 30 years is arrested and put in prison, awaiting trial, no bail on human trafficking.
I think to Tim's point, though, like P. Diddy, you kind of knew was coming, and then with Dave Grohl, there's always this idea of him being just kind of like a family
he's
guy.
on a pedestal. He's put on a pedestal.
Because that's his image.
Right.
And P. Diddy, his image wasn't human trafficking until very recently.
No, it was not.
So they're both images, and the image is, okay, I get it. The image gets blown. Okay. But you're more angry at Dave Grohl, a rock and roll guy cheats on his wife? Not a good thing, but I mean, not really news. And then, human trafficking. Oh, we do it all the time. Yeah. Did you? Did you know it all the time? I didn't know it all the time. And they are still allegations. Interesting, though. This I've never understood, but you look at, I still call him P. Diddy because I guess that's the last time he was relevant to me. I changed his name 7 times.
Puff Daddy. That's what I call
Puff
Daddy. Well, that was his name.
I know.
Puff was before P. Diddy.
That's right.
Then he became Diddy. And for a while, he was like, love somebody or something. I can't remember. When people who have it all, so there's these people in our world that have it all. I'm always fascinated by people who have it all, but that's not enough. You read through this thing and these, what did he call them? Freak out?
Freak parties.
Freak off
Yeah.
parties.
Sounds fun.
And this is like they would go on. I've got reading this from NBC News. 14-page indictment called them elaborate and produced sex performances that Combs is alleged to have arranged, directed, masturbated during, and often electronically recorded. They occurred regularly, sometimes lasted multiple days, and often involved multiple commercial sex workers. This is where I don't think he's in trouble for having parties. He's having trouble for the human trafficking that was, according to the indictment, which says that when federal agents raided Combs, now check this out, homes in Los Angeles and Miami in March, they seized various freak-off supplies, including narcotics and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant.
Ooh. For one night?
1,000? This guy's going to Costco to supply himself.
COVID hoarder.
Williams said they also seized electronic devices that contain image and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims. How many of those victims are famous? Will be interesting to find out. And this is the part that he's in trouble for. Indictment says Combs and his business associates would lure women into this world, often under the pretense of a romantic relationship, and then use force, threats, and coercion, including drugs, to keep them obedient and compliant to compel their participation in freak-offs. And again, I have to go back to these people who have it all, but that's not enough. I mean, totally different situation, but to make the point, I always thought this about O.J. Simpson. You go back to when did the murders happen? 94?
93.
Was it that? Okay, because I got to L.A. by 95,
Yeah,
and the trial was resolved.
Might have been
while I was there.
94 maybe, but...
It was 94 or 95, mid-90s. Let's say mid-90s. Now, before the murder, or murders, basically the universe had gone to O.J. Simpson and said, here's everything on a silver platter. Not that he didn't work for it, but I mean, here it is. Great life. Everything on a silver platter. And he's like, everything? Well, there's one person that you're not going to be able to control. Your ex-wife. She's going to be able to do whatever she wants. But other than that, you have everything on a silver platter. And OJ goes, oh, to hell with that. Throws the silver platter to the side. I know I could have everything, but it's that one person whose behavior I can't control. I'll just throw everything else away because of that. I won't just I don't know, just take my money, go someplace and drink for a binge for a weekend and then get over it, which is the proper way to do it. I'm going to lose it. And then, so this guy's sitting in prison. I don't understand when you see him in the hallway and he's beating up his girlfriend or whatever in the hotel. It's like, I don't understand that. I honestly don't understand this. You're a multi-millionaire. Where is the anger coming from? How are you still carrying this anger around? Oh, that girl doesn't want to be with me anymore? Okay, I guess she could just go and live her life because there's 9,000 other women who will date me or whatever. I don't get. How can you be that rich and still be angry?
She disrespected him.
Maybe that's a naive question. I don't know. But it seems to me that anger quite often comes from life conditions. Just constantly in the rat race and it's not enough and I can't afford my rent or I can't afford this or, I thought this was a good investment. Now it's turned against me. But Diddy was famous by his early 20s.
Yeah, he's been famous for the majority of his life.
Wildly famous. His dad was some kind of crazy drug-dealing pimp type guy. You know about this?
Mm-mm.
A lot of people think that he was an informant for the FBI. And he was murdered, I believe. So he comes from rough background, but he got himself out of that and then had the entire world laid at his feet. And that's not enough.
That's still his innate behavior. But what he saw growing up is what is inside of him.
See, here's the thing. I just don't understand how money doesn't take care of that. I know it's a naive thing. I just don't understand how, okay, my life was hard. It's like I can't stand being around people who are like in their 50s and they still want to bitch to me about their parents when they were 8.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
You're 50. I get it. They were wrong. But when are you going to leave that behind and move on with your life? And you know what? If I gave you $100 million, that should help you.
But what happens, though, is Diddy, for most of his life, has probably been a multimillionaire, is what I assume. And you get used to that living condition, and you forget what it's like to be out of that income bracket. So it becomes like normal to you.
I know, but it's like still not enough.
I guess.
Hey, we can't have an orgy. I'm going to create this whole concept of a 5-day orgy.
Yeah.
And rather than just put out invitations to say to really hot women in clubs, you want to come to Diddy's party? We're going to actually start. So because once they get here, I want to be able to control them completely. So we'll start a whole human traffic. It's just not enough to be surrounded by beautiful women. That's not enough. I need to be able to completely control. I just don't. I guess you don't understand what you don't understand. I mean, this life is hard. If you find yourself 30 years old and you are a multi-millionaire, leave the anger behind. Know how lucky you are, even if you've busted your ass to get what you want, because a lot of people are busting their ass and something happens and they can't get there. Most people, it works that way. So I just don't get it. I just don't get how you wake up angry as hell when everything's taken care of. Only thing you got to worry about is cancer. That's all you got to worry about. Everything is taken care of. So that's my thought. Why is it that these people exist that have it all, but that's not enough? Smiley Mark says there's big rig trouble on 285 in Smyrna.
2 hero units to the rescue of this big rig that's conked out. We flew over earlier. It was in the right center lane. 2 hero units have now taken out the right lane, so a couple of right lanes are lost here on 285 southbound past Atlanta Road. That's exit 16, and I'm flying over the lanes here back at Truist Park on I-75 south. That's all jammed up, and of course you're really slow as you try to leave Sandy Springs working through the I-75 corridor. Flying over I-75 right now. Crash just went to the shoulder here at 75 northbound down at Cumberland Boulevard. Hero unit with that, and left lane's been knocked out, working up toward the town center mall region on 575 northbound Barrett Parkway, exit 1, and not too far, a vehicle fire, Barrett Parkway on the ramp to 75 northbound. Traffic Trooper usually let us know about that. Veronica Rell, Coolray Carrier Traffic Center.
Well, right now, watching delays over on the downtown ride. 75 southbound, it is packing in around Moores Mill Road. And then also looking at delays over on 85 southbound as you leave the Georgia 400 region. And then also watching delays over on the downtown ride connector. 75 85 northbound coming up from Langford 166. This report brought to you by the Georgia Lottery. Tonight's Powerball jackpot is $850 million. Powerball players can win millions playing in store or online at geolottery.com, only from the Georgia Lottery. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
It pays to have the WSB radio app. Download it today and get ready for the Blitz.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. 5 chances every weekday to win $1,000.
Your next chance to win is tomorrow at 8, 10, 12, 2, and 5. It's a Blitz.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
From 95.5 WSB.
Download the WSB radio app now.
First Liberty Building and Loan. They say yes to small business financing when big banks say no. It's Eric Erickson. Make a 10-minute call to First Liberty Building and Loan, and you will know if you're a fit for their program. Go to firstlibertyga.com. That's firstlibertyga.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now, 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
Lifetime. It's a long time. Only Findlay Roofing provides a lifetime leak-free warranty on labor and materials at no additional cost. With Findlay, you'll never have to worry about your roof ever again. FindlayRoofing.com. Roof.
Hey, it's Coach Mark Richt here. Everyone knows defense wins championships. And if you're not using EMC Security to defend your home and family, you need to step up your game. They're who I use for home security and cameras, and you should too. I've scouted them all, and there's no better choice. With EMC Security's no contract and local service, they are a clear number one. So give them a call or visit them online at emcsecurity.com. That's emcsecurity.com.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Dell Technologies and Intel are pushing what technology can do. So great ideas can happen right now. Bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to now.
All right, it's Jared Yamamoto. He's the producer and lead researcher of this show. He says we have a lot of audio, so let's do this.
Free Audio Association.
All right. You're the one who claimed we had all this audio. Then this audio can come from anywhere. It can be an open mic. It can be anything. It could be just audio we have laying around we wanted to get to. We think it's interesting. You be the judge.
Now, this one's interesting.
As to whether or not we're correct in thinking these are interesting.
Trump
and then write a long letter. Double-spaced.
No, single space, so that way you that way it really is crazy.
Oh, yeah, so you can really look crazy.
Those are the best ones.
Typed single-space letters in 2024 that end up in my mailbox. Security! All right, go ahead.
Well, all right. So Trump had a town hall with Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
She is the daughter of bass playing Governor Huckabee.
Mike Huckabee.
Mike Huckabee.
That's right.
And she's a big Trumper, right?
That's right. And they were at a town hall in Flint, Michigan. And it was interesting listening to the crowd because Trump mentioned after the assassination attempt on Sunday, the second one, that he got good calls from both Biden and Kamala. And listen to the crowd.
I have to say that President Biden called me yesterday. It was very nice. We had a very nice conversation. I appreciated that he called about, what happened the other day. And he says, he's committed. He's committed. No, and today, a little while ago, I got a very nice call from Kamala. No, it was very nice.
I don't understand.
It was very nice. It was very, very nice, and we appreciate that.
Listen, I don't understand. I mean, that is how the mentality of a crowd. This is why I don't go in. Like I've always said, people individually are cool, but you get 10 or more people together, then that's when you get in just whatever the dumbest thing is. That's where. It's like, how hard is it to say, I'm not going to vote for her. I don't dig her. But if he says that she called and it was a nice call, then it's just like people are just so single-minded. They don't have the ability. And some of that is the way we're taught now. I mean, just like no nuance is allowed in any conversation. So, I'm worried about this war. Well, you must hate Group X. No, I just said I'm worried about I think it's a bad idea that a bunch of people are dying. All right, you're not stopping. You really hate Group X. Like, huh? What? I don't understand. Are you speaking the same language I am? And then like 10 people show up behind him and start pointing at you. No, you hate Group X. Oh, okay, hey, you know what?
Oh, boo.
Maybe I'll just keep my thoughts to myself.
It was nice.
Boo.
No, all right. I mean, he wasn't quite there. All right, lock him up.
Yeah!
They're eating the dogs.
Yeah!
They are eating people's pets.
Yeah!
Good night.
It was a very nice phone call. Boo! Nothing can be nice. Nothing can be nice.
In that clip there.
I heard that she's very nice to the children. No!
She's a
she
decent
has
person.
to be awful at everything because me brain can't handle the fact that I might vote against somebody who's not thoroughly evil.
In that clip, which was shared by CNN's X page, I had to bleep it.
CNN's on X?
Yes, CNN is on
They
X.
hate Elon Musk.
They do hate Elon, but they have their X page, and within the clip, I had to bleep it because when the guy mentioned Biden, he says
yelled
"effer" really loud like that,
right?
And it's like, whoa, dude!
Oh, that's why he goes, "Oh, he's committed."
Yeah,
he's committed.
He needs to be committed.
Tone it down a little bit.
Now, on the other side of that, I'm going to play this real quick before we go to break. Kamala Harris was at a rally yesterday as well, and she mentioned her favorite radio station.
We're Bay Area. 106.1 KMEL. That was our local radio station for hip hop.
And I arrested and imprisoned half the people who performed.
She's a smooth jazz lady. Come on.
Oh, yeah, you know it.
Yeah.
She is definitely jazz in the park.
David Sanborn.
Bring your
Spyro Gyro, weren't they great?
box wine. Smiling Mark says 285 is troublesome.
It is troubled and ruined between Dunwoody, Sandy, Springs, Smyrna, Vinings, all due to that big break that stalled out. It was the right center lane of 285 southbound. The outer loop past Atlanta Road, exit 16. A couple of here units arrived, now ushered into the right shoulder, but it's going to be a while before that north side perimeter between Georgia 400 and I-20 recovers. Inner loop delays on the southeast side. Outer loop delays on the southeast side persist, leaving I-75 out to an earlier crash. Jonesboro Road, that's exit 55. You're seeing quite a slow zone on I-20 in DeKalb County enters, Seco.
That we are dealing with inbound trouble from Stonecrest. Left lane crash here, 20 westbound at Panola Road, where it exits 71. Geovity back a few miles on the Triple Team Traffic Alerts app. Those delays start at Turner Hill Road, exit 75. Avoid the area, use Covington Highway. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Air. Get a new AC system and pay nothing until 2025. Visit reliableair.com and schedule a free consultation. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Welcome to the Financial Symphony High Note of the Week. Here's your host and founder of the Lloyd Advisory Group, Mark Lloyd.
I have educational, workshops and informational events all the time where we're sitting there, and I asked the folks out in the audience, I said, help me out here. Give me the 5 major concerns right now as you are getting ready to retire. And I get the 5 same answers all the time. I'm worried about inflation. I'm worried about running out of money. I'm worried about what taxes are going to be in the future. I'm worried about future health care costs. I'm worried about losing what I have in the stock market. I'm worried about a correction or a crash. And it's the same answers every time, Melissa. And this is where the Beatlemania boomers are concerned, because you know what? 10 years, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, if that happened, there was time on their side.
Yeah.
And now it's a reality check. And it's more reason why people have got to make sure that they have a plan in place to be able to weather the storms. And folks, there's more storms coming.
The phone number is 770-766-5611. That's 770-766-5611. Call today to get your retirement started on a high note. 770-766-5611.
Lloyd Advisory Services, LLC, Lloyd Advisory Group, a federally registered investment advisor under the Investment Advisors Act of 1940. Registration as an investment advisor does not imply a certain level of skill or training. Insurance products and services are offered through the Lloyd Advisory Group. Lloyd Advisory Services, LLC, and the Lloyd Advisory Group are affiliated but separate entities. The oral and written communications of an advisor provide you with information about which you determine to hire or retain an advisor. Lloyd Advisory Group, Form ADV Part 2A and 2B, can be obtained by visiting advisorinfo.sec.gov and search for our firm name. Neither the information nor any opinion expressed is to be construed as solicitation to buy or sell a security of personalized investment, tax, or legal advice.
Superior Pro's 26 years of installing windows gives peace of mind knowing everything is done right. The lifetime labor warranty reminds you made the right choice. For experience that lasts, visit superiorpro.com.
The pros to know. At Cigna Healthcare, we're designing a better way to treat your aching bones and joints. And that starts with predicting problems before they even become problems, up to a year in advance, with up to 93% accuracy. When you save time avoiding surgeries you don't need, you can spend time doing the things you love. When it comes to healthcare, a better system means better outcomes for everyone. That's better by design. Learn more at Cigna.com/better.
This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers. September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and we want you to join the fight with us. All month long, we're donating 50% of proceeds from our Stila Vitae collection to Cure in Atlanta, Kennesaw, and Sandy Springs, and available online at dgeller.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
It is 6:30. Good evening. I'm Sabrina Cupid. This news sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. The Federal Reserve cut its benchmark interest rate today by 0.5%.
This first rate cut in 4 years from the Fed means inflation has eased enough the central bank is confident it can lower the cost of borrowing. Now, banks and other lenders, they've been pricing in this rate cut for several weeks. Right now, average long-term mortgage rates are at 6.15%. That's the lowest in 2 years, and they may not go much lower right away. But rates on auto loans, credit cards, other variable interest rate loans should start to head lower very soon. And if you're a saver, be aware that interest rates on CDs and money market accounts will head lower as well. I'm Bloomberg's Tom Busby for 95.5 WSB.
It's 80 degrees here in Atlanta. We'll have Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards coming up in just a couple of minutes. As you make your way home, a campaign in support of a massive transit overhaul in Cobb County is getting underway today.
Supporters of the so-called M-SPLOST, a 30-year 1-cent sales tax to fund a variety of transportation projects, argue the project is needed to support the growing county. Cobb Business Alliance Chairman Greg Teague.
If we continue to grow, which we all want to continue to grow, we want to see those jobs
jobs. We want to see people come in. It's just going to make that congestion even more pronounced. So what we're providing with this is an option.
Opponents argue the plan is too expensive and doesn't cover the whole county. Voters will have the final say in November. In Cobb County, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
A Georgia senator has introduced a bill to change the way the nation's top post office official is hired and fired.
We've seen the consequences of leadership failure at USPS.
Senator John Ossoff says the post office modernization in Georgia has been a debacle.
This is about whether seniors are receiving their medication, whether citizens are receiving vital notices from the court, whether small businesses can function.
And reflects the current Postmaster General himself.
It's a job that's been done incompetently by someone not qualified or competent to do it. And that's why we need to raise the bar.
Ossoff's bill would have the Senate confirm the nominee of the president and limit the Postmaster General to 2 5-year terms. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
Kentucky is banning the practice of conversion therapy on minors. Governor Andy Beshear signed the executive order today during a news conference. The governor says this order is about protecting kids from an inhumane practice that he says can cause serious long-term harm, including increased rates of suicide and depression. A Lawrenceville man has been indicted on more than a dozen counts of Medicaid and identity fraud. The state attorney general's office says 45-year-old Avril Johnson used his company, National Healthcare Center, to submit fraudulent claims for genetic testing that his company did not provide. Their evidence includes more than $365,000 in payments for those claims. Attorney General Chris Carr saying they are committed to putting a stop to Medicaid fraud in our state. Boeing announcing today temporary layoffs of thousands of its workers. The CEO telling employees today that the furloughs will begin over the coming days and they will happen on a rotating basis. Workers being off for 1 week every 4 weeks. This comes as 33,000 International Association of Machinists at Boeing are on strike. Executives also taking a pay cut for the duration of that strike. It's time now for live team coverage of traffic and weather. We have triple team traffic starting with Mark McKay.
Just spotted a crash, Sabrina, leading northeast Atlanta on 85 northbound in the HOT Express lane at Shallowford Road. That's adding to the pressure trying to work your way up to Spaghetti Junction. I can tell you, though, a little lighter than normal as you leave Norcross toward Duluth and 20. 400 is cleaned up nicely. 75, the worst of it's going to be southbound as you leave the South Marietta Parkway. The right lanes are slow approaching I-285 and dealing with a crash in and out of the left lane headed toward Kennesaw and Woodstock by 75 northbound. Been working at exit 1 Barrett Parkway. The ride is slow on 285. Oh my, especially across the north side. Veronica Rell-Correa, Carrier Traffic Center.
Yeah, and it's all because of that stalled tractor trailer that finally left. It's 285 southbound the outer loop at South Atlanta Road, exit 16. It was in 2 right lanes, gone, but still your delays on 285 stretch back around the Dunwoody area, so before Georgia 400. And the rest of 285 east and southbound slowing and going out of Doraville into Clarkston. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
It's time now for Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast. Here's WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Clouds rolling out for this evening. Overnight lows settling to the mid-60s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny and heating up. Daytime high 88. A few communities south of I-20 could reach 90 degrees. Friday, mostly sunny. Morning low 66. Afternoon high 87. Saturday and Sunday, sunshine with morning lows in the mid-60s. Afternoon highs in the mid-80s. By the way, the first day of fall is on Sunday.
It's 79 degrees right now in Dunwoody, 78 in Chamblee. Ackworth has 79 degrees. We'll have more news at 7 o'clock, breaking news when it happens. I'm Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
When athletes and actors want to be protected and respected, they hire an agent to represent them. If you've been injured in a car wreck, you need representation too. You need the strong arm, John Foy and Associates. It's Smilin' Mark McKay. Injuries are challenging. You need experienced representation that has a winning track record. I'm proud to recommend John Foy and Associates. Thousands of 5-star reviews from satisfied clients tell their story. Get your free case evaluation with zero upfront cost. JohnFoy.com.
For nearly 50 years, Shane Company has been Atlanta's most trusted family jeweler. We'll help you create your dream engagement ring. Shane Company has the biggest selection of diamonds in all shapes and sizes, and center stones in an array of colors, including sapphires in blue, pink, green, lavender, and more. Just the other day, a couple created a truly unique ring by choosing a blue sapphire that matched her eyes. Atlanta, come check us out. You just might fall in love with something unexpected. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Are your floors sagging or bouncy? What causes that? You need AquaGuard Foundation Solutions. Visit aquaguard.net today for your free inspection. AquaGuard Foundation Solutions. There's a reason they're the trusted local experts. Just remember, AquaGuard.
Monica Pearson for Superior Plumbing. Are you a plumber but looking for a better work-life balance? Superior Plumbing is looking for a few good plumbers to join their team. They offer a stable career with great pay and benefits. More importantly, you can build your career with a trusted company.
Get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Sell your home for maximum value without the stress of listing your home on the market. It's Eric Erickson here. Fall's a busy time. Trying to sell your home can be overwhelming. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you skip the hassle, receive an all-cash offer, and you close within days. No showings, no open houses. The best part, no stress. With over 12,000 five-star reviews, you can trust Mark Spain Real Estate to sell your home quickly and for the most money. Go to markspain.com, find out what your guaranteed offer will be, and start packing.
Shelley Winter just told me that he couldn't sleep, and it was 3 o'clock in the morning, and he's just like, well, the hell with this. And he went for a walk.
What?
Like
That's early.
A 2-mile walk. He was like, I'm not going to sleep, so I'll just go for a 2-mile walk. And then he said he had a good night's sleep. I was trying to encourage him to do more walking, but it's
Not
like
at
3
3
o'clock in the morning. And I was just thinking, I was telling him, you know how Shelley is when he walks, he talks to himself and he's kind of pointing at things.
Oh,
so
I'm sure,
you know,
the neighborhood was like, what?
Somewhere in Mableton at 3 in the morning, he's like, his fingers are going in the air and he's talking and to himself.
Looking
and
at
walking.
his phone. Okay. You know what? Actually, 3 o'clock in the morning is not that bad if you consider his schedule, right? Because 3 o'clock in the morning, he gets home, he has enough time to rest up, get going. That's
No, I don't think he's going to do it every time. His epiphany was, hey, walking, I felt good this morning. I'm like, yeah, we're getting old.
Get a little fresh air, right?
This is the way that it is. This is the reason that I'm trying to be better and, do the treadmill every day and swim and everything is because there's a certain age, like late 50s. Like, you're not quite there yet, Tim.
Almost.
But what are you, 55?
53.
Okay, I'm sorry. 53. Wow. And clinging.
53 and a half. 53 and a half.
That's right. 53.5. But
I'll be 54 in a month and 2 weeks. So.
Toward the end of the 50s, at least for me, your body just starts, it's like either you're going to get up and start moving around or there's just going to be another thing that hurts tomorrow. So you just got to, and I haven't read anything about this. It's my own just thinking about it as to why that would be. I think it's because of this, with no research whatsoever, just notional out of my mind. I think our bodies are still built to be those nomadic creatures. When we were nomadic and we were just constantly following the animals that we would eat. So as they moved seasonally, we had to move with them. We were always on the move. And I think our bodies are still that. There's still that thing that okay, you got to get up and move. Because it does seem so ridiculous. So why do I got to walk every day? Who created? But I think, just to feel good. I just have to walk every day.
Once
just to
you
feel
get done,
good.
though, it feels so
No, it
freaking-
feels fan.
and-
No,
yeah, that may be going back to what you're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm advocating for. I'm saying, I think the body is built for that. And then our lives, we live in, we can all complain and for very good reasons complain. But when compared to third world countries and most people who have lived and died on the planet through most of the 10,000 years of civilization, we have it a lot better. And so we can be sedentary and we can sit on our ass and we can eat chips and we can watch ball games and
Touchdown.
Yeah, man, like that guy in that commercial who obviously is a big football fan.
Touchdown.
Oh, let's have some chips.
Get some more chips and soda.
It was a touchdown. That guy. We could be like that. So, I'm trying to convince Shelley that follow me on this. When there's a certain age where if you don't actively make sure that you are moving your body for X number of, at least a couple hours a day, then at least my experience is that what happens is it's just one new aggravating pain after another. And by moving around, you alleviate some of that.
That's right.
Then
Jump ahead of it.
Your knees start hurting and your hips start
I'm
hurting.
glad
But that's
you're-
a good hurt. That's a good hurt. When my knees and hips hurt, I'm like, yeah, that's because I've been doing something.
I'm glad you're buying into it finally. It took you a while. I remember when we first started working together, you were not into the fitness.
It was my little health scare from a few months ago. And I realized that, you feel like crap because you don't move.
All those circus
Start moving.
peanuts.
Actually, the circus peanuts came after I
Still
changed my
digesting.
lifestyle.
That's true.
Still eating them, digesting them.
Oh yeah, everybody got me circus peanuts for my birthday celebration, and I ate them all in a week. Where'd they go?
That's a good gift.
What was my body thinking for that period of time? What is happening? I must have been so full of circus peanuts. I mean, it's probably something along the line of 8 bags.
That's a lot.
In like a.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Like 4 days.
The ingredients: sugar, corn syrup, gelatin, pectin, soy protein, food coloring, and artificial flavor.
Did I hear protein? Something.
There you go.
Something
You're not
good.
getting enough pectin either.
Yeah. We all need more pectin.
Whatever that is.
It didn't kill me.
Makes you stronger.
I'd go say to my doctor, hey, look, I ate like 8 bags in 4 days. I felt fine. Can I do that every week? Sure.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Let me adjust your stomach.
Dr. Foe.
Well, a lot of people that this time of year they get the circus peanuts. They get a little pack for Halloween, or maybe you get a giant bag of them, depending on what party you go to. If you eat the whole bag instead of just nibbling here or there, it's going to be more beneficial because of the pectin.
Yeah, you're going to get more pectin.
More pectin.
I need more pectin. What's George? What's pectin? What the hell is pectin? Give me some audio.
All right, this open micer wants to weigh in on the alien species story that we talked about yesterday, where there is a story that you thought you saw from a couple of years ago about.
Oh, no. You're getting it wrong. It's not a species. It's a NASA had a press conference where they announced that there was another tree of life that we were not a part of that was also on the planet with us. And then I was wondering, that's a big announcement, and then there was no follow-up. What was that all about?
This open micer wants to weigh in.
Right.
You were talking about animals that may be alien on this planet.
That's not what I was talking
Look up the octopus.
Okay.
Because it supposedly has no DNA that matches anything else on this planet.
Smartest choices.
Touchdown! Woo! Hey, how about another round and some more
Who put that? Huh?
That was in his open mic.
All right. Well, listen. I don't.
Hey.
I don't want. That's.
Sorry about that, but look up the octopus.
They're gonna get us in trouble. Now our listeners. I'm used to Autumn trying to get us canceled.
Hey, I'm just saying, you know that he's listening to the station live, and he's leaving his open mics.
Yeah, whoever's the salesperson is. Sorry about that. It's just kind of goofy sounding. That's all. Doesn't sound real.
Pectin is a heteropolysaccharide.
Oh, that clears it up.
I knew it. I knew it was hetero.
Heteronormative polyglucoside.
That's right. It's actually it's cisnormative or something like that. Let's be modern with our telling of it. All right, what else you got?
You also have a PSA from the listeners here, Eric.
Eric, stop eating food while you're on the air. Why are you doing this? I have whatever that condition is where when people eat where they need to clear their throat and they won't. Drives me nuts. Love you, man.
Yeah.
Really do. But you're killing me out here trying to drive to work, listening to the podcast, and you're like, too many nuts.
That's your problem for a while now.
That is. Since college.
Yeah.
Clinical term for what you're suffering from, sir, is crazy. But no, you're right.
There is a real thing that people don't like.
No, I know.
It's crazy.
Well, actually, they say if you, sir.
They said, sir, stop eating with your mouth full. Or talking.
Apparently, if other people chewing and things like that bother you, there's a relationship that the more that it bothers you, the more intelligent you are. The more intelligent you are, hearing other people's mouth noise, smacking and stuff will drive you. Oh, you're bragging about your intelligence there. So you're highly intelligent.
I'm just telling you,
supposedly,
smacking drives me nuts.
Sometimes it's fun.
We're just going to leave it alone. Oh. That's not what Tina said.
Hey, so it really. I've stopped eating like nuts, peanuts, things like that, cashews, and things like that because that seems to be that. When my wife makes me a sandwich, there doesn't seem to be a problem. It's the popcorny kind of.
Things that have seeds.
Trail mix. That's not a good idea. That's what I've found after 10 years of continually getting it wrong. Finally, it's dawned on me. Eating trail mix while on the air, not professional. I apologize. I apologize to my dead mother. I apologize to my father who left when I was 12 years old. I apologize to my wife and children. But mostly, I apologize to you, dear listener. You didn't deserve that, and you should have expected more. And you know what? From here on out, I pledge to do better.
You know what, Eric?
Yes.
They're not done.
What are the odds that I start listening at 3:30 when I get off work, and Eric is coughing on something that's tickling his throat? So,
oh, he left it.
Once again, my apologies to everyone who's ever listened to me at any time, in any format, in any way. I've finally, after 10 years of repeatedly doing the same thing and getting bad results, I have decided no more nuts on the air. At least not in my throat. Smiling Mark says there's better news on 285 in Smyrna.
You are pure class, my friend. Thank you. Northside perimeter is working better past I-75. Now the big rig that was stalled out in a couple of right lanes have been pushed to the shoulder. Still a tough go of it out of Dunwoody, leaving Ashford Dunwoody Road exit 29 to get over to I-75. I think a lot of folks bailed on 285 at the north side and came right into the heart of Buckhead as 400 is jammed from before Lenox Road to a rough ride on I-85 headed south through the city. East side perimeter still a slow go from Doraville down past the Stone Mountain Freeway, exit 39. Andrew Seagoku, Ray Carrier, Traffic Center.
Right now, seeing the worst of I-20 heading outbound out of Stonecrest. Still have that left lane crash, 20 westbound at Panola Road, where it exits 71. Delays stretching you a few miles. You want to use Covington Highway to get through here. Smooth sailing inside the perimeter, both directions with a little stoppage. Merging north and south on the connector, and a left lane crash heading outbound towards Lithia Springs. 20 westbound at Thornton Road, exit 44. This report sponsored by Superior Plumbing presents North Georgia State Fair. Let's ride September 19th through the 29th at the Superior Plumbing presents North Georgia State Fair at Jim R. Miller Park in Marietta. Visit northgeorgiastatefair.com for more information. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
News breaks.
Shots were fired at the golf course.
The details emerge.
We were able to get a hit on that vehicle and detain the guy.
The facts become clear.
A weapon has been recovered.
Check back throughout your day. We'll bring you the story as it happens.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
I'm Kamala Harris. Here's a few things I believe. Middle-class families, like the one I grew up in, they want common sense solutions. You want lower prices and lower taxes. I believe you want to just not get by, but you want to get ahead. We must create an opportunity economy where everyone has a chance to get a car loan, buy a home, start a business. And I believe we can make that happen.
Kamala Harris's plan? Bring down costs by cracking down on corporate price gougers. Make homeownership more affordable for families. A middle-class tax cut for 100 million Americans. And make sure billionaires and big corporations pay their fair share so you can keep more of the money you've earned.
Instead of being focused on the politics of the past, we need to be thinking about the future and how we make it better for families like yours. I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Harris for President.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your love life back in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your love life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
At Cigna Healthcare, we're designing a better way for you to get better care. And that starts with being there to support you around the clock. When you call or text, we'll always answer with 24/7 access to mental health clinicians, and we'll call you too. With a 100% follow-up rate to make sure you have everything you need. Whatever works best for you, works best for us. We're really just here to help you get better. That's better by design. Learn more at Cigna.com/better.
Frankly, I was a little surprised when the owner of FGA Roofing said, "We love doing repairs." Hey, this is Scott Slade. Most roofing companies refrain from repairs for lack of profitability. But FGA Roofing feels repair work is a great way to show FGA's quality, craftsmanship, and honesty to customers with older roofs. So whether you need a new roof or just a repair, or you'd like to upgrade your exterior with new designer architectural shingles, I recommend FGA Roofing. They did a great job for me. Go to firstgaroof.com. That's firstgaroof.com.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But if you could get both, why not? Especially when it comes to health care. And that is MediShare. You get both. Many families save $500 a month with MediShare, and that's huge. But it's also true that people wind up way more satisfied, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. That's because MediShare works. It has for more than 30 years. It's a community of Christians who have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth. They love the huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Just call 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE, 877-26-BIBLE.
All right. I think we don't have a whole lot of time, and we have to get to at least one more piece of audio because we've promised the audience that we're going to do free audio. So I think we ought to do the Bill Belichick thing. Now, this happened during the Monday night game, obviously. So Bill Belichick was on the Manning cast.
That's right.
And, of course, Bill Belichick, Arthur Blank at one point was thinking about hiring Bill Belichick, and then it didn't happen. So some people are thinking that maybe – now, I didn't hear this yet, but I read it, and it seemed to me like he was just telling a funny anecdote about Arthur Blank.
Yeah,
I don't think he was
the headlines were misleading, to say the least.
What a surprise.
Listen to the audio
What
for
a
yourself.
surprise.
They're like Belichick slams Arthur Blank.
I think he was just telling a funny story, and this is about – the context is when Atlanta was leading the Super Bowl 28-3, right?
Yeah.
Or they were still okay, so it's all right. You got to get over it.
Yeah.
You got to get over it,
I
Jerry.
can't.
Yes, you have to.
It was 7 years ago.
You have to, because it's never going to change. So you just have to accept it.
Sometimes I blink and I expect it to be different.
It's like death. You have to accept it. When somebody dies, there's a period of mourning that's natural, but 2 years later, if you're still in the middle of it, now it's you. So you got to accept it. All right.
Also remember Blank down on the sideline in the fourth quarter, celebrating when they were ahead. And so,
You saw that?
No,
you
yeah, well, I mean,
that?
yeah,
you
can't-
saw him?
Well, I mean, he's a pretty good dresser now. Like, Arthur always looks sharp, but, he was down there on the sideline and, we were getting beat. And I'm like, Jesus. But anyway.
Down there on the sidelines. And, was Matt there during that?
Matt was at the very end. That was in the second
so they
quarter.
weren't on at the same time. Okay.
Correct. Yeah, Matt was on in the fourth quarter.
So Matt down there, he was celebrating too, thinking he was going to win, know, and Tommy pulled it together.
Bill Belichick, between the 24-year-old girlfriend and the fact that he's on like 5 shows a week now. He's on McAfee. He's got the Manning cast.
Mm-hmm.
I think he does something else with Peyton Manning. I'm not sure. He's got the Coaches Show with Matt Patricia. He's got he is obviously trying to charm fan bases. That's why you go with McAfee, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think he thinks one of the reasons he didn't get a job is because fan bases were like, don't bring that grumpy guy here who's just really mean and doesn't answer questions and doesn't look like he's got it anymore. And so I think he's doing a good job of laughing it up, showing this other side so that if the team wants him next year, they can easily sell him to the fan base. Whereas last time, all people know is just they're winning all the time, and he acts like a jerk in the press conference afterward and doesn't say anything. So I think it's working, but maybe he's a little overexposed, possibly. Well, I think he's working harder now than when he was the Patriots coach.
He's going to land a gig next year.
And then he's got the 24-year-old. I mean, my goodness.
Cowboys or Giants?
Oof. I'd say the Giants.
Cowboys lose this week. I don't know. I don't know. He's going to end up somewhere, I believe. If he wants to, he's going to end up somewhere. That music's telling us two things. Shut the hell up. Get the hell out. And you know us. We're good citizens. You know what that means. We never, ever, ever question authority. So we do what we're told. Shelley Winter is coming up next. He's got a great radio show for you. And he took a walk at 3 o'clock in the morning, so his mind is clear.
My legs are tired, though.
Your mind is clear. We'll be back tomorrow. Another great radio show. You're all invited to join us. Until then, continue on the journey. Do not piss off the genie.
656, traffic trouble heading into Lithia Springs on I-20 westbound. On the jam cam, we see a left lane crash 20 west at Thornton Road, exit 44, and slowing through the DeKalb County Works on I-20 westbound as you approach Panola Road. Still a big crowd heading into downtown Midtown Atlanta from the northeast through Brookhaven. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Air. Get a new AC system, pay nothing till 2025. Visit ReliableAir.com. Schedule a free consultation. Smile and Mark McKay, 95.5 WSB.
Money Update. From WSB consumer expert Clark Howard. Sponsored by Reliable Heating and Air.
All you have to do is look how your fellow drivers drive on I-285, and you know why our auto insurance rates are higher. When your next renewal comes up, shop the market. There are specific factors with auto insurers, with some struggling financially, others being quite profitable. The profitable ones may be trying to pick up more customers. That's why the price gaps are higher right now and why you need to shop.
Don't get fooled by window fiction.
It's Ted and Jonathan from North Georgia Replacement Windows. Now they're calling it vinyl composite, but no matter how they say it, vinyl windows are still bulky, cheap, and plastic.
Infinity from Marvin fiberglass windows are beautiful, not big and bulky like vinyl composite windows.
Experience the fiberglass difference at your home or in our new Alpharetta showroom. 0% interest available.
Infinity from Marvin Replacement Windows, yeah!
When you're looking for leading cardiac care, look to Northside Hospital Heart Institute. We lead with 95% patient recommendations. You could say we're #1 in the heart of Georgia. We lead with 100 dedicated cardiovascular doctors, so you'll know your heart is in the best hands. We lead with compassion, because you are at the heart of our care. Northside Hospital Heart Institute. We lead with heart.
Hey, it's Shelley Winter here with another all-new weekend show, Inside Georgia Real Estate. Join me and Deborah Morton of Clario Real Estate. If you're buying a home, selling a home, refinancing, whatever, she will have the answers to all your questions. Starting this Saturday at 1 p.m. right here on 95.5 WSB.
Roaches are everywhere and just a part of life here in Georgia. This is Scott Slade for Breda Pest Management, the experts that protect my home from those relentless roaches. Breda protects the outside and inside of your home, and it's the roaches inside you want gone. Got roaches? Better call Breda. Make your home a crunch and squish-free zone. Breda Pest Management. They handle bugs and critters, like roaches.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
I am opposed to pumpkin spice season. It's the fall. I don't understand the whole pumpkin spice thing. But what I do understand is the weather's getting cooler as we head towards pumpkin season. And the Georgia Spa Company doesn't just have hot tubs. They've got steam saunas. They've got infrared saunas. And, of course, they have my beloved saltwater hot tub, so I can stay warm and cozy in my backyard relaxing. Check out the Georgia Spa Company, 6 Metro Atlanta locations, georgiaspacompany.com.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Good evening, everybody. It's 7 o'clock. I'm Michelle Wright, and this news is being brought to you by A Total Plumbing. Our top local story, or our top story in general,